There we go. Right. We are live. I had left my game running for about an hour, and I have no idea. I half expected to be mostly dead from a raider attack or something, but everything looks alright here. We've got this pretty crazy Abernathy build going on here from a city plan we tried last week. We're actually going to try another city plan today because I have been fixing bugs. I want to see if everything's all set up correctly. Okay, I just realized I need to get my chat working here. Alright, let me know if you guys can hear me alright. If the volume's good. Oh, I see I missed a lot of chat because I did not have it open. Hey, what's up, Sonicville, Daisy Jess, hello. Who else we got in here? I see a bunch of messages I missed. Daniel Moore, Mod Hunter, hello guys. Sound is good, sweet. Oh, I got one for you, Phil. You ready?
Maximum crabs!
The soundboard is now complete. Alright, hold on a second. I gotta get my little setup working here. There we go. Now I can see stream. Oh, nope. I just grabbed my little thing and moved it around. Hello, goat. Alright, I see some Russian characters. Or maybe that's not Russian. It looks Russian to me. Kokobo? Is that good enough? Hello. Wyatt? No. I hear no Ron. Oh, I got the Ron for you. Ready? You ready?
Hello to you.
Sam, is there any plans to add compatibility with America Rising 2? There is. I've had a lot of talks with Adelino about it. He's just got some other projects he's finishing up. And then at some point he's going to partner up with us and make a big America Rising patch to integrate into the SS2 Alliance system. Slangel, Lauren, hello. Okay. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do before we do anything else, I'm going to pick a settlement here. Let's go with 10 Pines. I need you guys to tell me... actually, you know, here even better. Any city planners out there? Any of you, anyone online watching who's a city planner? City plan designers. I need one of you. Colin, hello. Alright, what was our next quest, by the way? Oh yeah, West Everett. Fantastic. Okay, as soon as somebody sees, like, Karvok or one of the folks we know does a lot of city plan designing, tell them I need their help with something. We're gonna do something live on stream. Because I have got some test code we're gonna run tonight and see how it goes. It worked really good for me, but that's always the case. This is why I no longer trust myself with testing. So I always I assume that anything that works for me is probably gonna break for other people, which is why we have permanent alpha testing channels set up because I just can't trust my own testing. 111, I know y'all probably know about the bug where some saves no longer have plot options appear. I know you probably can't fix it here, but does your team know why the issue occurs? I actually believe that we did fix that. Hold on, let me bring up the patch notes for the next patch, because I don't know if it was in last patch or this patch. Patch notes. Hopefully Firefox doesn't decide to eat all my RAM again. Alright. Yeah, no, that was listed in a bug for last patch. Which version of SS2 are you running? Are you on the latest? Because as of the last SS2 patch, which would have been right before Christmas, the bug where your plots no longer give you building plan options should be resolved, but you may have to rebuild the cache one more time. Now your name is Krabs. Oh, fantastic. We'll give that a...
Maximum crabs!
Hello, Omdi. Okay, let's head over to West Everett, because West Everett is one of the... Okay, you know, there's another change. All right, I gotta slow down. First, I need a note card, because I like to write... Oh, crud, hold on. Just knocked down a stack. So I always write when I'm talking with people over a call, because otherwise they hear me clicking on my keyboard and it seems like I'm not paying attention. So I do that with you guys too. I write down stuff. So we're gonna do a couple things today. So first off, do you guys remember last week we did the encounter with the raider after Old Paul's like, Raiders back at the settlement, and we did that encounter. One of the things that has always driven me nuts, and I think a lot of players agree, is that when you shoot the raider that's got his gun to the guy's head, I feel like if you snipe him and one-shot him, it shouldn't kill the settler, right? It should be like, yeah, I'm a badass sniper and I just saved that guy. We're gonna make that happen. That's going to be one of the projects we're going to do tonight. Save settler with snipe. Okay, the other one we're going to do tonight, and these are assuming we don't run into any bugs. So, of course, bugs have to take priority. Save the settler with a snipe. That's going to be one of our things. Number 2 is we're going to make it so that after you finish the West Everett quests, that all of the super mutants in West Everett area are friendly to you. That has always been an intention. Oh, and a third one. There are 2 hammers there. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Because the hammer that we put in ourselves was supposed to replace the one that's on the surface. And I just never did that. So now there are just 2 hammers wandering around in West Everett. So West Everett change. I'm writing these down. West Everett changes. Super mutant allies. And... replace vanilla hammer. And the replace vanilla hammer is actually going to be tricky because we don't want to break anybody's saves and we don't want to edit base, so we're going to have to get very clever with it. Replace vanilla hammer. Okay, then the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is those bugs we had last week with the skins. It's fixed. I fixed it. There was one other thing. Oh, well, that's good enough for now. Let's go to West Everett. Big Dave Gaming, hello. Steve Ward, howdy from Alabama. I was just talking with a guy from Alabama yesterday. Quite a while. I hear you guys recently, well, parts of Alabama were shut down by a minor snow because it's one of those states that's just not prepared for any winter weather. That's a word of God defensive shooting first and ask questions later. If you have time, we can also save that settler if you take the right speech path or use a perk. Yeah, those are already set up. Surik. Hello, Surik. Those are all set up, but it was just like every time I play it, my instinct is, I should just pop that guy off. And then I always am reminded, like, we scripted it, so that doesn't save him. So, and I know I'm not the only one. But yeah, the speech options do work. But not all of them. There's the sneak attack one. Doesn't work. I don't know if it was intended for sneak attack to save the guy. I know it, but what is it? Surprise attack? There's one of the perks where you, or action boy, one of those perks where you get the first strike. I don't think that one saves them. And maybe it was intended to. Alexander, hello King, is there still a vanilla bloatfly spawn at the raider encounter? That one is annoying. Oh, we can, yes, we can try and take care of that. Vanilla encounters are really hard to deal with. Like, the best thing we can do is try to, as they load, try and dynamically fetch the NPCs and disable them. The problem is that it's not guaranteed to be it's not guaranteed to be bloatflies. It's part of the dynamic system. So any mods that mess with the dynamic system, it could change them to something else. So we could try, but that's a tough one. There's another one of those at where Hubert and Stodge and company are. When you meet them, there's a random encounter that happens in that little building, and we have code to try and stop it, but it's just hardly ever works. So I could put that on the list of try and disable bloatfly encounter. But I can show you guys how that stuff works, because it's kind of interesting. Like, Bethesda really was trying to, I'm sure with Fallout 3 and as well, but with Fallout 4 you can really see the bones where they were trying to like capture the feeling of the old Fallout games, random encounter systems. Could dig up the old twine. All right. Well, sometimes in this series we're making changes. We're overriding some of the original twine just due to feel, because there's certain things that like we thought they would feel good, you know, on paper, but now after having played through the mod 20 times, and some of the stuff is just like, nah, it doesn't feel quite right. Oh, good, a rat scorpion. Why is there a rat scorpion this early? What kind of trash legendary are we gonna get here? Take him out, doggo. Nope, nope, nope. Don't mess with the scorpion. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? Ooh, that is one of the worst I've ever seen. You know, I think one of the reasons that they put really trashy legendaries is so that... Oh, God. Oh, that was bad. Is so that you really appreciate the good ones. You know, if everything is awesome, nothing is awesome. Kind of one of those ones. So you need to have some trashy legendaries. That's my only explanation for why some of them are so weak. Make it so a puppy spawns. You know, that actually is a very clever workaround, Daniel. I didn't even think about that. That we could, in theory, inject our own encounter that is just blank, or a puppy. That's actually a clever workaround. That might work. I'll have to look. I'll have to dig into how exactly they have that one set up and see if that's a feasible option. All right, and the reason I'm kind of heading up north here is I'm hoping to grab 10 pines on our way, because that will make a good experiment if we get a city plan designer to come online and help us through something. Nick Carter, the turrets that keep respawning outside of HQ, is that a bug? That is more of a feature we can't deal with without script extender. Hey, Robert. Big Dave Gaming, last time I watched the stream, you were doing a quest where you decided not to kill a robot guy and spare him. He had something to do with the railroad. How do I start that quest? Oh, so that one is part of... So that quest is after you've defeated the railroad, and you have also taken the SS2 quest line through the end of Salvador's tutorials in Chapter 3. After you've finished all of Salvador's things where like he has like his little rooftop introspection moment. I don't remember the name of the quest offhand, but anytime after that, those encounters can start happening. And what will happen is while you're doing assaults on things, occasionally you'll find that the factions you defeated in the base game will be messing with you. So they may be attacking themselves, or they'll be joining up with the gunners, and then after that happens, you should kind of trigger the series of events that will lead to that quest you're talking about.
Easy living? This ain't.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can always... it does require a quest, but we can steal it. So we have a tool and workout framework, so I can just take it if we need to. I just wanted to have the map marker. Okay, let's keep heading down this way. We might as well grab all the settlements on the way. So I think, what is it, like Covenant and Taffington are on our way over there? If I head kind of straight south, and Covenant's right around here, right? Wolfer 3444, will we be able to use Everett Estates as a settlement after today? No, we're not doing that. The goal is always, that's meant to be like, we treat it like faction headquarters of friendly super mutants. So it's their home. It's the same reason we're not going to give you Pridwin as a settlement. But if somebody has a mod that turns it into a settlement, you know, it wouldn't be difficult for them to also slap workshop NPC scripts on all the super mutants. Then if you side with them, then suddenly you've got yourself a bunch of super mutant settlers. Somebody can absolutely do that. It'd be very easy. I assume there are several West Everett Estate settlement mods, right? Is there a good one? Is there one that people use as a go-to? Yeah, let's just avoid whatever's going on over there. That doesn't sound fun. Yeah, there is a mod for West Everett. Cool. So they are an ally already. If you do the West Everett quests, or the West Everett quest, then what's his name? Sickle. Trying to remember them all. Hammer, Sickle, and who's the third guy? There's a third guy in there. What's his name that we have voiced? I can't remember his name. It's Hammer, Sickle, and there's a third one. No, not Maul. Maul was from Conqueror. No, there's another guy who talks to you when you first walk in. Nail's the dead one. I can't remember. He's the first one. He's like, you bleeder! Right when you go in down there. He's the one who greets you.
Bingo.
Boris Yeltsin. Cow, I can't think of his name. Anyway, there's a third super mutant. So those three, and you know, presumably headcanon, the rest of the gang become your friends. Yeah, we'll find out in a moment. That's right. They're all based on, the names are all like tools and stuff. Yeah, screwdriver. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think that is it, but it's something in that vein. Goat, how do you start the Nightingale quest line? They're outside Diamond City, but I haven't provided a quest. I'm watching your last playthrough. Scout, thank you. Oh yeah, so that breaks pattern. Scout isn't a tool. Currently loving it. So Nightingales will happen after you. I'm trying to remember. It's after you have. It's either after you control a certain number of settlements or you have a certain number of plots, something like that, or maybe a certain number of settlers. So you just keep playing the mod and building up more towns, and you'll eventually trigger the Nightingales. All of SS2 is predicated on the idea that things are happening because you're building up. So you're drawing attention from various new factions. You're drawing attention from the gunners. Like the whole concept of the story was it's all reacting to you rebuilding. So if you want more stuff to happen, just keep rebuilding. In fact, we even at one point talked about changing the main quest. We probably won't now because too many people are used to it, but there was a talk early on where we were going to change the main quest. Instead of just triggering on timers, it was all going to trigger based on how big you had grown the Commonwealth. So like the more settlers you had attracted, the sooner the quests could trigger. So you could use that to power through, or you know, it would slow things down if you wanted to go through the story at a more measured pace. But that was kind of the design intention. We just never implemented it. Ooh. Oh god, the blood. So much blood. Oh no. Well, at least I took out one with that mine. Oh god. Oh god. Get off me. I don't think I've ever seen that animation. Take a crit. Horrible thing. We got our radio raid boss. Oh god, there's another one. Why are you so tanky? You're just a bug. Oh, he's stuck. Good, good, good. The bug is bugged. The paths is ever tinted. Ah, okay. May have to show folks Twine. I don't know that most of our
yes,
folks here have seen it. Never leave a dust fan behind. What was that protecting? That was like a trap with no mechanism. It wasn't actually attached to anything. Sonic Phil, the Nightingale camp will appear across from Diamond City entrance when you have 30 residential plots across all your settlements. There you go, and control these 3 settlements. So there's the trigger. I think we have that documented on the wiki, which is probably where Phil just went and grabbed it from. The wiki's pretty detailed for chapters 1 and 2. I think chapter 3 might still be missing some details, because I think Sasori, who handles most of our wiki entry, was asking me about the other day. I guess we can take this over now. I think we killed all. There we go. There was a gun above the fridge I missed? Okay. I don't see it. There was like a trigger right there, but I didn't see an actual gun. What is that? Is that one of the bugs? Like little, what do you call it? What's the, like, there's a word that's on the tip of my tongue. It's like the scientific term for a bug appendage. Alright, let's save. It was behind me. Ah, there it is. Yep. Probiscus, thank you, thank you. How do you say that? Did I say that correctly? That's one of those words that I know because I've seen it in video games a ton, but I've never actually said it aloud. That's why my son's gonna get me one day with when I tell him I want him to be doing stuff that he's learning. Yeah, I learned stuff in video games, Dad. I don't believe him. This happens to me all the time. Boss kiss is the phonetic. Alright. Man, I've never had such good luck with blood flies. One shot, 1 kill across the board. Yeah, just leave that alone. Don't mess with that bug meat. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, hello. I hear another one. They're endless over here. Oh, it's like in my left ear. It's like a real mosquito. Okay, one's gone now. NFTs. Get out of here, Oscar. That's a dirty word. Dave, how long did it take you to become comfortable with Papyrus, the scripting language of Bethesda? A few months. Like, at first, there were certain things that were eluding me because I'm not used to it. And it's something like if you do any game engine programming, it's a very simple thing, but it was very foreign to me because most of the languages I work in, like, all variables exist in the language itself. And then with Papyrus, I think the big thing that hung me up was that when you set up a variable to talk about like a weapon or an NPC or whatever, you then need to go in the creation kit and assign that thing to the variable, where I kept just trying to match the names of my variable names to it, thinking like, okay, that must associate it with that, and then nothing would work. And then finally it clicked. It was like, oh, I have to go set all these properties. And like now that I've done I shouldn't say a lot, I've done a bit in Unreal and in Unity now, and I've seen that like, oh, all of them are like this, and it's just was foreign to me because that was the first time I had run into it. Like even when I used to code, oh god, used to code Quake 3 mods, and I don't remember having to do that. Probably did, and it just forgot because I haven't done that since I was 10. But yeah, I find Papyrus very comfortable now. it's a fairly full-featured language. There are definitely some things it's missing, but it can pull off quite a bit. Like, there's some things that are kind of irritating that you have to work around. For example, I don't know if you're a programmer or not, so I may be talking right over your head, but you can't do, like, they have a thing called a struct, which is similar to like a class, but you can, or like an object in other languages, but you can't hold arrays within a struct, which is a pain in the butt, but you can hold arrays in scripts, put those scripts on an object, like a miscellaneous item, and then make a struct which has that item in it. So you can kind of get, there's kind of a workaround for it, so you can kind of fake multi-dimensional arrays, which is kind of nice. So it's just, there's just like some hoops you got to jump through, but I haven't really found much I can't pull off in Papyrus, unless it's just like stuff that's not exposed to the engine, or to the scripting engine. So there are quite a few things you can't do just because there is no native entry point in Papyrus to get to it. So there's a lot of game engine stuff you can't do, but from what you can access, you can pretty much do whatever you can imagine with Papyrus. There could be a blood lug stuck in the ground by the tent. Okay, so that's what I was hearing over there. Oh, you know C, C sharp, C++. Okay, yeah. Then you're in good shape there. But yeah, Papyrus, I don't know which one it's closest to. I guess it feels a bit like JavaScript to me, I guess. Not quite. I don't know. It's I find it very easy to use now. It's actually probably the language I now know best. Like, I've been using it pretty much daily for 9 years, right? Fallout 4 is 10 years old this year, and I started modding it in the year after it came out. So, yeah. And I think part of the reason that it's become like my most known language is just because I'm excited to use it every day. It's like a lot of my other languages, it's more like a necessity. Like, oh, I need to use this for work. Whereas Papyrus is just internalized immediately because it's fun.
Bleeder!
There's Scout.
Come closer!
With his bucket hat.
I crush you and feed you to dogs!
Easy now. I don't want any trouble.
Come any closer, and Scout smash you! Go away! That sound, what is it? Go away, Bleeder! Quiet, Hammer! I talk for us. This super mutant land human. Sickle leads super mutants here. Why you come? Speak!
Just looking for something.
What looking for?
What do you know about this device?
Oh, now Sickle see. Sneaky human wants Ace and Blinkies. No. Special things bring us luck. Human can no have.
What if I made it worth your while?
You want Ace and Blinkies, you trade, human. You do work for Sickle. Maybe give you some.
What do you need me to do exactly?
Hammer's brother Nail run away. Coward! Nobody runs away from Sickle's tribe. You go find him. Send him back to face me. Yes. Go find brother of Hammer. Tell him come back. He leave note. Sickle can't read bad scribbles. Take it.
Nail make bear friend by big car brother. Okay. Fantastic. Off we go. And Dave says, I've done JavaScript and PHP as well. Not much Java, to be honest. PHP was my original favorite. I think I talked about this last week. It was like, for whatever reason, that language just clicked with me really, really well. I think it's because it's so loosely typed. You can just kind of... It's very good for beginners. It's very, like, if you're just not fully... it's very easy to onboard into that language. And that might be why I liked Papyrus too. I felt like I could do cool stuff really fast, which is not how I felt when learning like Python or C#, where it was just like, I just felt like I was stumbling a lot with syntax and whatnot. Python's whole spaces versus tabs made me want to throw a brick through a window. It was, ugh. I am fully on the tab side of the argument. I hate spaces so much. Spaces to me are just, they're visual organization only. I should not have code intent. That's where I stand on that argument. There will be no convincing me otherwise. Okay, so we need to get over to down here. Alright, so we'll fast travel part of the way. One of the things I failed to do, and we'll have to reload to do it, is when we go into the CK and make the patch to handle the super mutant stuff. We'll have to go before we load, because as soon as we load into that cellar, as soon as it loads into memory, it will set all the NPCs already, so we'll need to, if we want to, especially for the replacing hammer, we'll need to do it before we ever load into it in a save. Like, it will be something we can't really fix easily in existing saves. Alright, let's go to Drumlin, and then we'll walk down from there. But after we can handle the allyship stuff even from this save. So after we, like, find Nail, and before we go back and turn in, I'll make another save, and then we can load that one to test to make sure that they correctly become allied to the player. Hey! Hello.
Excuse me.
I might be the only doctor for miles. Should let me take a look at you.
Let's see what you have.
Take a look through my medkit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I am kind of broke. Well, maybe she'll take... What do we got that we can sell? You can have an extra 10 mil. You can have these stupid knuckles. And these knuckles. And this minigun. Oh, yeah, I got all sorts of stuff for you, lady. Oh, actually, I should upgrade to that... Is this an automatic? The hair trigger? Okay, yeah, we don't want that. You can take that. And what else we got for you? Oh, we've got some... I'll make it free jet. And we'll take something else off you. What else you got for us? I'm always ripping through stim packs. Alright, she's going to give us 145. Deal. Got some jet, and didn't you guys say that
I can rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell.
Because when you guys said Trudy would have something for me. I don't remember what it was, but we're going to check now.
Do you need anything?
Let's see what you have.
All
Slap
salvage,
that cup around.
but nothing's junk.
Love it. What do you got for us here? Wait, do you have any jet? No. She's got ASAMs. But I think we have plenty of those. Thanks from Robin. Uncle Jake. No, she doesn't have anything we need. Patrolman sunglasses, I think that's what you guys said she might have.
Hey.
No dice, though. Oh, the sun? Will he sell me, Jen? Spartan, if you're having trouble downloading on Xbox, make sure you have Workshop Framework. Maybe that's what it was warning you about, but... You'd have to tell us what specifically the warning says, and I might be able to tell you what the answer is.
Never take a hit at Jet again, I swear.
Hey there.
God, your chain just itching all over.
Oh, he doesn't even have it. Probably because I murdered his dealer. Hit up the mole right den behind Red Argent for some black. I thought I had glasses, honestly. Yeah, I have eyeglasses. I just really need my my patrol sunglasses to complete the look. Oh wait, you know what? Somebody was saying in the VOD for the thing, they asked if I could start setting the time scale, the time to day, which is fair. Let's see, what is it? Help game hour 3, set game hour to 8. There we go. It'll cheat us a little because it'll advance time for our plots, but better that people can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, Spartan, if you find out exactly what it says you're missing, if you want to go try it again and let us know exactly what the error is, we might be able to help you. Nick Carter, are you a fan of Grand Theft Auto games? Yeah, for sure. I think I've played them all. Well, I probably didn't play the very original, but we played a lot of GTA. GTA 2 was still overhead, right? I remember we played one in school. We had snuck it onto the library computer. It was GTA 1 or 2, one of the over-the-top ones, like was real janky now compared to the modern ones. Played 3, played Vice City. Oh, you know, I haven't played San Andreas. I played 4. 5 was the only one I actually completed, though, I think. I think the rest of them I just like, yeah, I get the point. And 5 was actually, the story was actually good enough I finished it.
Go talk to Dreth.
Well, now who's this? You here to trade, boy?
Bramble does advance the day too. Yeah, setting the game hour does advance time. It like advances the time to the next closest day of that hour. It never will take the time backwards.
You a trader? Sure. Let me see what you've got.
All right, let him through.
Hey there.
Name's Dreth. That's all you need to know. Now, you buying?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Take a look.
San Andreas has got a good story, yeah, but looking at the graphics nowadays would be a tough one to swallow. It's I wouldn't say I'm like sold 100% by graphics, but it is hard to go back anymore. She's got nothing I want. I mean, I guess I can always take bullets, but I was hoping for some jet, lady. What's our jet stash look like right now? 3. I'm gonna survive with that. Hey, Carvok. Sorry, at work. Just about to leave a meeting. Well, if you end up having some time to sit and watch the stream and comment, I wanna build one of your city plans on stream, and I want you to tell me how close it is to the original. So let me know when you're like available to pay attention. And we'll go do that. I'll go grab one of your 10 Pines builds, like your 10 Pines Minutemen build or something. Although I don't know if you ever did that for 2. I know you did that for Conqueror. Hello, Sean. It still stayed on the date. Interesting, because it definitely advances time from script's perspective. Like if we have any timers running, it does advance them. Oh, hello. No. I'll take the laser pistol. Oh, hello. Hello, Mr. XP dear. Oh, that's not enough XP to bother with. Save the ammo. Do so now, and you have to work 10 pines. All right. Oh, shotguns are not useless. Word of mouth. You should wash that mouth out. This shotgun is pretty useless. I'll agree with you there. Just once I get my combat shotgun, though, I'll be in business. Alright, yeah, I'll get 4 10 pines going in just a minute. Let me finish this quest to grab nail here. Oh, hello. Ah. Alright, let's sneak around here and not get eaten by a bear. Bambi was worth 4 XP. Oh, look at that. There it is. The proboscis. Yeah, I'll take his hunting rifle. Why not? Okay, so now we're going to do this. We're going to go over to 10 Pines. We're going to drop a save, because we'll use this save to test if I can get the Super Mutant Allegiance thing to switch. And then we're going to take a pause, and we're going to test out one of Carvok's city plans, so we can see if my latest code changes worked or not. So, let's do save pre-suburban disturbance. Turn in. I want to make sure it's saved. It did. Oops, hiccups. All right, give me just a second here. I'm gonna tab out and download it while you guys can listen. Once it's done saving, you guys can listen to dog meat. Oh man, I always get the hiccups on stream. I think it's drinking coffee while talking. Uh-oh. I see the game just tabbed out somehow. No, okay, it doesn't want to stay up. All right, then I'll just exit. Oh, I probably have to add the INI thing to leave the game active or whatever. All right, let me get on to Nexus. Bear with me, guys. Oh, I've got a nice little button here for this. Why am I logged out of Nexus? All right. Just a second. I got two-factor on this. Bear with me just a minute. Cannot see chat while I'm doing this. All right, I gotta find Carvok's city plans. Carvok, is it in your Carvok's collections or is it something else? It's on its own? Okay. All right, let's find it. Fort. Not seeing it. Let me just look up by mod author. Here it is, July 2021. Here we go. All right, I'm going to download this guy. All right, I got to actually look at your add-on list and try and get as many of those as I can. So, because the goal is to try and I want to see if it looks exactly like you left it. So I'm going to have to download. We're going to install a bunch of new add-ons tonight. Vault-Tec Tools, Tiny Living, Junktown Fences. Actually, I don't know if I have Junktown. Okay, the only one we're not going to be able to get is Captain Cosmos because I don't have any of the Creation Club on this computer. But, hold on a minute. Okay, you guys are going to bear with me for a minute while I get all these installed. All right, Fall for data, Fort 10 Pines. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. How did I lose your Fort 10 Pines? Where is it? Fort. Why did it not copy in here? What is going on? All right, hold on a second. I got a drag and drop. Oh yeah, because it's in a zip file. Wouldn't let me copy paste it. Makes sense. Okay. Alright, you got a lot of stuff in this one. Alright, we need bare essentials. Actually, I'm going to leave all these open so I can add them to my spreadsheet at the end of the stream. Alright, we need bare essentials. Apocalyptic additions. Alright, I'm just going to put these over here. You guys have something to look at. Alright, we need Sim Homestead 2. Oops, downloaded it twice, my bad. Boop. And we need Vault Tech Tools. Wait, this has multiple files. Hold on a second. Oh, he's got VR files up. That's kind of cool. Vault Forward VR is really fun. I wish I didn't get motion sick from VR. Alright, we got Tiny Living. Junktown Fences. And let me check my plugins list and see if I already have... Okay, yeah, I do have Junktown already, just didn't have Fences. And then... However the hell you say this word. I'll let you guys determine how I'm supposed to pronounce that one. Alright, let's get the rest of this set up here. Oh, wait, what? Cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I do a manual load order, so I have to manually like copy paste the names of these over into a spreadsheet or into a notepad file, effectively. Very efficient method. Oh, no, what did I just do? It's the only way I can avoid mod managers messing up my setup. All right, we got Sim Homestead. All right, what's next here? Apocalyptic. Wait, did I already do this one? Yeah, I did that one. I'm doing backwards through my list. Vault Tech Tools, and this has an MCM menu. Okay. And then we've got Tiny Living. And just like that, my load order doubled in size. Playing very bare bones. There should be a link in the description for the spreadsheet of mod lists, but I will update it toward the end of the stream with the rest of these, or after the stream's over. All right, I think I got one left here, and this one. Very curious what you guys have determined the correct pronunciation key is for this. Okay, so now we've got, let's see, make sure I got everything. Yeah, it looks correct. So now we're going to load back into game here and see if we've got this code fixed. All right, now I'm coming back and I'll be able to see you guys in just a moment here. Dasheen Games, hello. Most of the reason I hopped on was to express my gratitude to all the modelers and King Gath himself for the work. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying stuff. Wait, why didn't the game launch? I tabbed over too soon. All right, let's see here. Let's try that again. F4SE loader. Okay, there. I think it's working now. Game. Oh, hold on. I gotta put you back on standby for... because the menu music always gets me in trouble. All right, here we go. All right, tabbing back over to chat. Go. How do you manage mods without a manager using a note file or something? Yeah, there's a file called plugins.txt that you can just add the names of mods that you have in your data folder to, and it'll load them up. It's not the most ideal way, but if you're only using mods that are packaged in BA2 files, it's fine. Yeah, I do need to make... I should just make a menu replacer. I've always wanted to take the trailer we did... The long trailer we did for Chapter 3 and turn that into a menu replacer with sound, because it's got some great backstory that if you never saw the trailer, like some of the like it helps to establish Lamont, because we didn't have her in early enough for her to have the impact that we wanted her to. Like, she's still, you know, obviously, like, we set up some scenes where she to set up how ruthless she is, but it's always better if you have like longer foreshadowing on these kind of characters. You're introduced to them a little bit earlier. Like, I think most people really reacted to Berman a lot more because we seeded him in early on, so he kind of like keeps popping up. He's always in there. Whereas like Lamont feels like a bit dropped in the last minute. And so like some of the little backstory we set up with that trailer, I think would be nice for everybody to have context of. My game's chugging, trying to load up all these mods. This is a joke. I know some of you guys are probably running 500 mods and I've got like 30. Gonna load. Oh, you know what? I wonder if one of these might be next gen only. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if any of these plugins are next gen, because that might freeze up the game loading them. I should be able to, hold on, I should be able to check real quick. If I can't load them in Archive 2, that will be my giveaway, or exit it even. Oh yeah, fatal error. Would you like to upload the crash log? No. So I think one of these plugins that I grabbed is the wrong version. Hold on, let's see if my buff out log tells me what the issue is. Oh, it says error occurred while loading the Papyrus save game data. Well, that's not good. All right, let's operate under the assumption that it's my save, and it's a good thing I had several there. And if that still doesn't work, then we'll disable some of these mods and try and figure out which one it was. Because my gut says that at least one of those guys probably has uploaded an update and didn't realize that they needed to do something to ensure that it would still work for old gen. All right, we'll put you guys on. Please stand by a moment. All right, we're gonna not do this hard save. I'm gonna grab this one I saved from the menu, and we'll see if I get that error again. Uh-oh, fatal error. Okay, yeah. All right, please stand by. Gonna try and figure out what this is. I think the game has crashed. No. Close this out. All right, I'm gonna assume that it's these mods. So let me disable them all real quick, and we will go through and figure out which one it is in a moment. But I want to first just uncheck them all, see if the game will load again, and tell us if it is in fact our save file is corrupt. Okay, loading without the mods. I'm probably not on stream right now. Still say please stand by. No, I'm getting the error anyway. So I do have something funky with my save files. Well, that's no good. Okay, so I'll go ahead and re-enable these. And we'll try and go back a save. You know, it's possible that I also, the changes that I made in the code, because I said I wanted to test out some experimental code today to see how it runs, and maybe it's not loading correctly. All right, we're going to try and I'm going to try one more of the saves from tonight. If this doesn't work, I'll try my save from yesterday and see how that goes. Or from last week, rather. And if it still won't load any of those, I'm going to operate under the assumption that my computer just needs to reboot. Fortunately, this is one of the reasons that I stream between two different computers, is I don't have to end the stream for rebooting this machine. We just have to wait. But we can just chat during that time. All right. Okay, cool. This save loaded. Okay, so it was just those other two saves. Weird. So it was like, something happened to, well, it's a Bethesda game, you know? We get used to this. Ruined saves, right? That's why we save often. Well, I don't usually, but today I did, thankfully. Here we go. Can you guys see now? I just realized I never noticed this before. Did you guys see what this is named? Treats bag. I love it. I don't remember doing that, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one who implemented that quest. Okay, let's head to 10 Pines. Okay, all right, Carvac, here we go. We're gonna build your city plan, and I'm gonna cheat like crazy. I missed on a few red-green references during this storyline. Hold on, I see I also missed some chat. Sean, is there a way to lower the number of NPC that attack you, or does it read off your settlement defense ratings? The number of NPCs that attack
glad
you...
to see you.
Oh,
We could really use a hand.
sure.
Glad to help out. Seems to be
The number of
problem.
NPCs
I've
that get
held the
attacked,
Pharaoh
are you talking about
ghouls
during the
since
gunner
wandered in
stuff?
nearby.
That is controlled
It's too
by
risky to have 'em so close,
how big your
and we
army
need someone
is,
to clear
actually.
them
Like,
out.
the deeper you go into our system, the more hardcore we make the fights, because we figure if you're really investing in building your army, you probably enjoy the fights.
Those ghouls are as good as gone.
Well, it'll be good not to have to keep an eye under every log and scrap pile for them.
Colin, read the SS2 music tracks. There's one of them that we're using there's two different tracks we're using that are from, I gotta find him, Scott. What is his last name? Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna bring this up because this is important. I don't want to take credit away from people here. Scott Buckley. So if you go to scottbuckley.com.au, I'm gonna link it. He has this thing you have to do if you wanted to use any of those songs we're using of his, and they should be, the ones we're using, I believe, are on our credits page. If you go to wiki.simsettlements2.com, go to credits, you should find him listed, and it probably lists the tracks that we're using. Some of them are those. One of them is a custom track written for SS2 by somebody, and you know, depending on what you're using it for, I'll probably say go for it, because it's we never really discussed licenses. Like, the guy just composed it for us to use. So if you're just using it for like a YouTube video or something, like, nobody's gonna copyright strike it. You'll be fine. I don't mind. And I mean, if the composer comes back and hears this and says, like, wait a second, then you know, maybe you'll hear from him. But as of right now, I don't see any problem with it. Let's see. Does she know a small channel? You mind if I use your overall thumbnail for chapter 3 with a little modification for my playthrough of SS2? Yeah, we actually, if you go to wiki. Hold on, I gotta find all these links now. If you go to our wiki, we actually have a bunch of stuff set up to help with that kind of thing. Let me find it. If you go to the very bottom of wiki.simsettlements2.com, I'll link it in just a second. There's a branding and style guide, and we have a whole bunch of art assets to help you set up stuff like that. Okay. Okay, we're going to do some cheating here. So we're going to... And I'm going to roll back after this. Actually, you know what? Given that... No, I was going to make a new save, but... Given that we just had some trouble loading a save, let's not poke the bear. Alright, we're going to turn off some options. So we're going to turn off some things here. We're going to turn off leader requirement. We're going to turn off all of our costs. I'll turn these back on because I do want to play with them in general, but for the sake of this test we're doing right now, we're testing some new city plan code to see if it correctly builds things as a city plan designer intended. Alright, so we'll turn off all those costs, and then we're going to turn on... Do I need to turn on TJM? Yeah, I need TJM so I can build a city planner's desk. And then we were also going to use a command... Carvok, how many settlers do you think this supports for level 3? I'm just going to get them all right up front. You aren't allied to the settlement. Oh, that's right. We still have that quest. All right, well, we'll cheat that. That we have under mod config. Workshop framework. Tools, claim the settlement. Oh, I didn't click it apparently. 20 plus, easy. Okay. All right, we'll just start with 20 and see how we go. Extra is better than not enough, I guess. Claim the settlement. Let's see if that works. There we go. Nope, still didn't work. Does that not work anymore? Guys, has this been broken and I just didn't know about it? It's not working. All right, we're going to try the capture all. I wonder if I don't have the MCM file updated on this computer. That would not shock me at all. Claim all settlements. Let's see if that works. No, none of those are working. My MCM menu's broken. Okay, give me just a second. No, it's not because I got the quest. It's just there's something I have set up incorrect on my computer. Give me a moment here. I'm using an old MCM file from this, or I have an old version of Workshop Framework, one of the two. I don't think Workshop Framework, we would have got a warning about it being obsolete, so I think that we're okay on. Let's check our MCM folder. Config. Oops. Workshop Framework. January 1st. Let me check what it is on my dev machine. Oh, I have a link to it right here. Package mods directory. Workshop Framework. MCM. Config. Workshop Framework. So this one's actually older. Okay, that's interesting. Well, considerably older. Look at this. It's from 2023. Oh, it's probably the day I copied this in. All right, well, you know what? We'll just do this just to make sure. Replace. So this is our master directory one that we upload to Nexus. I'm pretty sure I have the old gen replacers correctly. So this was from today at 8:02 because I put some new code in there. Let's make sure I have that one. No, I'm in an old version of... No, that's Workshop Plus. Okay, wait. Do I not even have... Where's my BA2 file? Because that would explain why nothing's working and why I got a crash. I'm missing my Workshop Framework file. Alright, well then. Let's close the game and fix that. I don't know how that happened. Alright, let's grab you. Yeah, somehow my main.ba2 got disappeared on me. Let's grab the F4OC folder too, just in case. Okay, well that is probably why we were crashing. So that's good. I was a little worried that we were going to be in trouble on this computer. Okay, so let's launch the game again. And I'm actually going to try loading one of those other saves that was crashing now. We'll see if that works. Alright, just a moment while we dodge the copyright from this song. It just works. Thanks, Uncle Todd. Yep, there it goes. Loaded just fine. And now add-ons are starting to install because Workshop Framework is a necessity for SS2. Yeah, if you're missing workshop framework, like SS2 does not survive that. Okay, so we need to go do all our options again, but first let's go ahead and test to make sure workshop framework is working. So workshop framework, tools, claim the settlement. There it goes. Okay. All right, now we can do all of our options again. All right, we need to go to gameplay, turn off leader requirement, turn off all of these costs, and that should do the trick. All right, and then we will go TGM.
Am I ever glad to see you?
Sorry, buddy.
You could really use a hand.
I'm busy now. Okay, let's go ahead and build ourselves a city planner's desk. All right, now I want to make another save here. Save pre-build Carvok 10 Pines. All right, let's see how close this gets. For 10 Pines, there we go. Warning, missing plugins. What do we miss? Clean my settlement. Okay, that's fine. We don't need that one. And tear it all down. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. There's the custom SS2 track somebody made for us. I want to find out who that is. I don't remember their name. I always feel bad about that, but it's the number of people that have worked on SS2 now is becoming very difficult to remember all the names. So let's see here. Let's go to the wiki and let's look under music. So, oh, you know what? I need to put them back under there. Listed under SS1, I believe, or Rise of the Commonwealth, maybe. Aaron Scott. Let's see if he is still, if he's got a website or something. Aaron Scott. No, not the basketball player. Music. There's a lot of Aaron Scotts. Too common a name, and apparently many musicians of that name. But okay, so now we need to add some settlers. So call quest. There's a little cheat for you guys if you want to test settlers. Recruitment manager, settlers, and we're gonna add 20.
The farm's not much, but it's something.
I
just wanted to personally
Okay, so let's. All right, immediately this feels like no, it's not working. Unless is this your? Is this your level 0, Carvok, or is it missing significant things? Because the only thing I just realized I may not have it. No, I do have. I was gonna say, am I missing the Builder's Toolkit? But no, I have that. This is all correct. All right, we're gonna let the plots build, and I'm gonna make sure that the plans match what you expect. Because that's the thing I tried to fix was all. There were two things happening. One is the designer's choice was not being accurate on upgrades. Skins weren't working correctly, and I get occasional reports of missing items. I've not been able to replicate that part, but I have been able to replicate a lot of the nonsense with the plots. So let's let all these build, and we will see if this matches. There's a big bump visually from 0 to 1. Okay. Alright, we'll let all these guys build. Yeah, we're gonna have lots of pollution. We just moved in 20 settlers. Alright, let's see here. So here is level 0. They've got an industrial using Woodworks by Oh No. Does this seem correct? I know it's gonna take a while for you to respond each time, so I'm gonna run ahead. And it's okay if you don't remember them all, as long as it generally seems correct. Alright, and then we've got in here, we've got Watershed by Ruined World. That looks like it matches. Over here, what is this? We've got, oh, we've got generator. Oh, we got my little generator room. Correct, okay. And then in here, I mean, all this stuff looks visually correct. Oh no, we've got double beds. Let's see here. What do we got here? We've got a bunk bed left. All right, let's refresh this and see if that cleans up some extra stuff. Oh, this is the vanilla beds and they just didn't delete. Okay. All right, we're gonna try and grab, can we get these? All right, well, we know vanilla items not deleting, pretty common issue. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So there's level 0. Okay, so now we're gonna test level 1. So I'm gonna save this again. Save Carvok, 10 Pines, L0. Says this is all correct. Let's test an upgrade. SS2, City Plan Manager, test city upgrade. See how this looks. Here comes the wall. The Great Wall of Pikes. $10,000 pines. Nice. Nice. Discord may be a good idea for tests like this. Oh yeah, I do this stuff with these guys on Discord too all the time. I'm just this stream series is not meant to just be a standard let's play. Like, we're gonna do all sorts of silly stuff like this, of like technical tests, and I'm gonna mod live. Like, this series is all about just getting down and dirty into how the sausage is made. So this is like my night of the week to interact with the Sim Settlements community. So everyone, they've all seen me play through the mod a million times. So now it's more about tangential. I can't say that word. You guys know what I mean. That stuff. Z fighting's normal. Okay. Handmade from 100,000 logs. It's a lot of placement. I swear, I feel like you and Gavman just have one-upsmanship to see who can hand place more items in your city plans. Made cinematic mode back in SS1, and like there was any of you guys been around? Do you guys know Wood Fuzzy and Crazy Horse? Oh, this is the Scott Buckley song. This is my new favorite for city play music. But anyway, I remember the first time I put cinematic mode into an alpha before Rise of the Commonwealth came out, and they saw it, and both of them saw it, and they're like, "Oh my god, can I just run this camera mode over and over again?" It's like, I got a hit. I found something awesome. We're just letting it run through, because while you're up in cinematic mode, like, it's doing all the background cleanup of building plans and plots and stuff. So One of the reasons that I created cinematic mode was because there's so much code that runs in the background, and if people are futzing around in workshop mode, there's a better chance they're going to break stuff, so at least this gives you something pretty to look at while you wait. Especially back during SS1. During SS1, you guys remember how long it took for the city plans to build? Like, it was ridiculous. Oh, and actually, you know what I gotta do? While you guys are watching this, I have to update my video description with with this song name, where I get dinged with a copyright strike from Scott Buckley. I don't want to do that because he makes cool music, and I would like to keep in his good graces. Yeah, I gotta put his song in the description, so I should just put it perpetually in there. Description. There we go. There. Now I've got both of the songs we're using from him in place, so we should be covered. Okay. Alright, Carvach, this is going to be a tough one now. Now for the plot inspection, yeah. Let's go see where we're at. Okay, so this one... Oh, we need to get to the ASAM sensor. Oof. Alright, what do we got in here? Nope, put the shotgun away, buddy. Alright, Wasteland Interior, Ruined World. Looks like this one reset. That's odd. Alright, this one's the generator room still. Okay, I think I see the crafteria up there. Does that look correct? Oh, actually, I can climb up on the wall. Alright. Yep, that looks correct. Alright. I'm gonna just I think Carver, because there's so many to check, I'm gonna just kind of wander around. If I see an ASAM, I'll click it. If you see anything weird, either post in chat or I do have your DMs up on Discord if you want to post there. Either one's fine. We're just gonna kind of wander and investigate. We've got Caravan Logistics Office in here. Looks like it hasn't built yet, though. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we need to add some more settlers. We'll just pile them up. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to do a NPC Assignment Manager. Handle Auto Assignment. There we go. Make sure that everybody actually got assigned. Okay, what do we got here? You it. Gathering those organic materials. One person at one movement at a time. He was ahead of the curve. Didn't need to wait for sanitation plots. He found another way. Okay, looks like right here we have... I don't remember what this one's called, but it's grabs radioactive materials, I think. Oh, there's still some plots under construction. Looks like we got another one of the bunk bed left, right next to the radioactive materials. Very, very appropriate Fallout living. Correcting both of them. Cool. Alright, we gotta wait for more of these to build. Handle auto assignment definitely seemed to get some stuff moving. Alright, we've got... Which one is this? Mutt Fruit Plantation, level 1. Well, I like this building plan. What is this? This is End Communal Dining. That's Nuvia. That's really nice. I like that he's using the double barrel on the... What else has he got? Tosser training. Alright, some security got set up somewhere. Smoking room. Looks like we got another one in here. What's this one? Woodworks. Okay. So all this looks correct. Okay. That's a good sign. Stick a fork in them. What is this one? Nope, nope, nope. What do we got here? Can I get it? No, I can't get it. Activate. Can't quite access the sensor here. I'll see if I can pull it out with the workshop mode. Oh, we need to up the build limit. Hold on, let's go do that. Otherwise, some of this stuff's not going to build. Manage, build limits. Double it a couple times. Ferns and Fountain should be level 3. Can you tell me which one that is? I don't know what Ferns and Fountain is. This one right here? The one with the ferns and the fountain? Corpse harvesting. Ooh. Alright, I gotta figure out where this Ferns and Fountain plot is. I'm gonna pop into workshop mode here so we can find it. Oh, this is just hand-built stuff. This isn't a plot. Ferns and Fountain pre-war. Oh, you're saying that that would exist in level 3. Okay, I got it. I thought you were saying that there was a plot called Ferns and Fountain. I was like, that sounds like a good name for a building plan. Oh, we got a cobbler shop here. I don't know if this is a plot yet. Sometimes they hide the ASAM sensors. The cobbler shop is wrong. Okay. Should be roadside diner. Do you know what pack roadside diner comes from? The sad shoe. Is roadside diner another Wasteland Ventures? Because this, anytime I see custom signs, I'm like, oh, this is Merman Tenuvia for sure. Roadside diner is Ono's. So Ono just did an update to his add-on, so I wonder if maybe that caused some issues. Because I have his latest version, and you would have built this years ago, so it would have been a really old version. So it may have to do with that. The fact that it's Ono's thing may have changed form IDs or something. But the rest of it looks good. It's just that one. Because I'll take that. If we had just one mistake compared to yeah, exactly. It could be also memory, right? Like 2021. Holy cow. But this looks generally pretty good. I think we're ready to go check level 2. It's a beautiful settlement. Really like it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong in there. I just was so one of the problems we have always when you guys report these bugs is I don't know what building plans are supposed to be where. So like I have to dig into your city plan and just look at it from the what do you call it? Like I can't look at them side by side. So whereas when you guys look at your own city plans, you know instantly when something's wrong. So I was like, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, of just being like, man, I should just grab one of these guys and just have them watch me look at it, and then they can just show me everything that's wrong, rather than having people send me mountains of saves and such. Okay, let's go to level 2. Yeah, I'm going to preemptively say that there's a good chance that a lot of Ono stuff is messed up because he updated the mod. I don't know if he's still on old gen or next gen. So we'll say if his are the only building plans we have problems with, we'll just assume it's because I'm on the latest version and your city plan was built with the 2021 version in mind. It will start to get nicer. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? This place is gorgeous. So much for cinematic mode. It feels just right. I'm too old for this. All I want to say is I started playing this mod and loving it. Awesome, good to hear. And this is we've got quite a big viewership today. I wonder what struck. Welcome all the new folks. Can't hear me over the music. That's how it's meant to be, Phil. You're not meant to hear me. Just vibe to the music. If any of you needs music for anything, Scott Buckley's stuff is all Creative Commons, so you just have to give him credit. And you're free to use his stuff for anything. Oh yeah, I know, I'm going to be very quiet compared to the music. We've learned we don't mess with King Gat's audio settings. Bad things happen. We just let it happen. Now I'm my gain is already maxed on my mic, so we've without it peaking. If I go any higher, it peaks. So my sound setup is very delicate. Okay, let's see how level 2 goes. Let's see if my computer crashes while loading. Wasn't that the goal, Carvok? It's taken many years to get these balances worked out. That song, I think, is just I probably need to reduce the volume on it. I think that track is just mastered extra loud. Okay, let's trigger an auto assignment again. And we're also going to pop in to look at our HUD and see... Oh, we hit the build limit again. Configure build limits, increase. Configure build limits, increase. Alright, I want to see if we have enough settlers yet. We have 24. Let the HUD come up and it'll tell us how many this place is probably going to support. It's never perfectly accurate, but... Oh yeah, we can make it daytime. Set game hour to 8. There we go. Alright, why is the HUD not coming up? Well, it probably means the scripts are all backed up, is why. Because we just created a city plan. Okay, there we go. There's some of the HUD. There it is. Okay, this is, we should need 22. Okay, so we should be good. And people for everything. Alright, let's wander a bit. See if everything looks generally correct. The other thing that's questionable about city plans from 2021 is was the city planning tool working fully at that point? You know what I mean? Like, we've definitely had some major updates to it that have made it more robust. So there's always a chance that older city plans that were run through the old city plan tool just are missing some data too. But I will be happy if we're most of the way there, because before this, you guys were constantly telling me like that your city plans would not build anything like how you designed them, and I would like to fix that. All good in here, cool. Did I see a crab hidden in the maple leaves there?
Maximum crabs!
How are we looking, Karvak? Everything seem up to snuff? I don't think this one was built before. Armory by Everett. Some of the plots should be leveled up. Okay. I wonder. I'll have to check your. I'll check your thing and exit it later to see if the level data got stored correctly. I did notice when I was going through testing out a plan of Sasori's earlier today that none of the level data was actually in the city plan, and I didn't know if that was because of the tools or if it's something with the code, so I'll dig into that. Okay, so yeah, this plan's live. Let me grab it and link it. And Carbox send it to me. So this, if any of you guys wants to build this in your own 10 pines, here it is. It is available now. It uses about 10 add-on packs, and they're some of the most popular ones, so that if you're an add-on pack collector, you've certainly already got them all. Walk outside. Oh, we've got our statues out here. I mean, like, if I were to, like, looking at it, it looks like everything's correct. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, a lot of times when the building plan are wrong, you can tell immediately because there's stuff clipping or floating things, and I haven't seen any of that yet, so this is feeling pretty promising so far. But again, I can only base this off the reports that some of you guys have given me, because every time I go to test it, it works fine. But I tend to do my tests with the base of SS2 and, like, the basic plans and such, or the ROTC, because I know exactly what's included in those, and I don't have to install a bunch of weird versions of add-on packs and such. So it's like an easier test for me. But that also warps the testing to not being a real environment. So now we're doing real environment testing, playing with all the add-on packs. This is all good. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's try level 3. So we're going to save this again. Let's do level 2. All right, let's try the final upgrade. Let's see what she looks like. We've been getting lucky on the songs. If it ever rolls the Fallout 4 theme, I have to like a quick exit out of cinematic mode. Otherwise, I get to go fight South American scammers who are claiming they own the Fallout 4 theme song. Carbuck, what's your feeling on Z fighting? I mean, obviously you have a bunch of it in here. You even commented on it yourself. Is it something that you accept because it makes for better pathing, or is it like an OCD thing with you got to keep things flush, or do you find Z fighting doesn't bother you, or you don't see it when you're close to it? Like where do you land on it these days? Man, when cinematic mode catches the LOD from like something like this, where you see Conquer in the background, oh, it feels so awesome. I feel bad that Xbox players can't fully use cinematic mode. Ah, you like to keep things flush and you don't see it when you're close to it. That's cool. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, depending on where you're rendering from, the Z fighting can be different, because up here it's going to be using probably some of the LOD models, which will probably have a slightly different like vertex positioning, so it'll create Z fighting that wasn't there when you're close to it. Interesting. Beautiful. All right, so far this is the final. This is gonna be the final. Oh, there it goes. Saying we got it. As soon as you hear those couple of beats, gotta bail. All right, let's start. It'll still keep building while we're out of cinematic mode. I just like cinematic mode a lot. All right, we're gonna wander around here, check and see if it built up to the designer specs, and if so, I think we can call. Well, I should actually read. Sasori, I think, responded to me about. Let's see here. Okay. All right, Sasori tells me all the plots are correct for all levels, so that means that we can push this code live next week. So next Friday we should have another SS2 patch. I have some more fixes I want to get in, so I'm not rushing it. But this will be one of the big ones of finally getting city plans correctly showing designers' choice at all levels, because apparently it was only working for level 0 previously. And then it would mess up for additional plans. Oh, I like the sign, the 10 pine sign inside the settlement. That's nice. We always put it out in front, like as a marker for visitors, but it does look nice the way you have it there. Your folks left some trash out here, though, Carl. Just so you know. Happy birthday, Omni. 48 years young. Okay, so there's the... We're running up on the ramparts, I guess we would call that. Okay, so the only thing missing is the plot's not leveling. All right, well let me check something. Since we're in the mode of just testing things live here, we're gonna pop open Xedit if I have it installed on this computer. I assume I do. Love me some Xedit. Let's take a look at your city plan, and we will see if the data is in there. Alright, we need Fort 10 to load this up. Alright, so we're going to look at this. This is going to be painful to look at, but it's a necessary evil. So we need to go into our misc items, and we need to look at our levels. So let's go, we'll just go all the way up to level 3. And we have to look through this mess here. So we're looking for, not index offset, we want to look for workshop resource objects. None of that, none of that. Here we go, workshop resource. Okay, so we're going to figure out which ones of these are plots. So this is a conduit floor, not what we're looking for. Water tank. Actually, do you have any new... Okay, you have no... Actually, it might be under... Hold on, it might be under change data. Let's see here. Power connections, no. Non-resource, no. And we missed one right there. Okay, so it's not under that. Let's go level 2 to 3. Okay, not there. Level 2. Yeah, it looks like your city plan is missing the settlement change data. So there's extra bits of data that will get stashed in the plugin that tell it how to upgrade your plots, and that is not in here. So I'm guessing that this may be a case of the tool at the time when you used it back in 2021 just wasn't fully fleshed out yet, or had a bug in it. But yeah, it seems to be missing all the data that would allow it to do the plot upgrades. Double check though real quick still to see if I'm wrong. Okay, so we've got some of the right, extra data forms, that's the building plans. Extra data numbers, that's the level. So we can see it's leveling up one of these to level 3, level 3, level 3. So it's trying to level up a bunch of these to level 3. At level 1 though, is that correct? Is it supposed to be leveling them up to level 3 during city plan level 1? If so, then it does look like the data's here, it's just all on the level 1. And so that would be a bug still in the code of the levels here, I think. It's interesting, so stories worked. I may have to test a newer city plan. It might be one of those things that, again, because of changes to the city plan creation tool. For those of you guys who don't know, the city plans, the way we do these is pretty cool. We worked with a dev years ago to make this online tool that actually generates ESP files. Hold on, let me show it to you guys. So if we go to simsettlements.com/tools/ this thing right here, they can actually update, the city plan designers can update, and actually any of you can do this. You can upload a workshop framework export here, and it'll just generate, and then hit create ESP or ESL, and it'll just spit out a working mod file for you. Like you can actually just go, whoops, what happened to the game? So you can actually go in game, and if you're on PC and you have workshop framework, you can just come over here and do manage and do settlement layout and export your layout, and you upload the file that that spits out for you to here, and you can just generate yourself a mod you can release. It's pretty neat. So that was thanks to it's actually for those of you guys who play Starfield, The guy who developed the back-end tool for this is in charge of the Quarter Onion Games team, and they have, I cannot remember what their mod is called. They have a series of Starfield VC mods. I can't remember what they're called. Let me see if I can find them. Hold on. Quarter Onion Games. Here we go. These guys. Star Sim, Modular Arsenal. The guy who leads this team developed this, the back end for this for us. Years ago, and it still works. He developed it for SS1, and I was able to pretty easily migrate it over to work for SS2. It just kind of works out of the box. It does crash occasionally, so when I say it just works, I mean like when Todd Howard says it just works. Same vibe. Okay, let's get back into the game here. But I'd say that's a success. I think even if there is some issues with the leveling, I think this code is still a nice improvement over the old code, so I think we're going to ship it. Every time you say Star Fellow Gamer dies without saving. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we've got this test done. I'll leave all this stuff installed, and we'll probably install this city plan, but we'll let it evolve naturally instead of cheaty. So we're gonna roll back to before we installed all this. Actually, I'll keep this save, because might as well. All right, let's go load back to pre-suburban disturbance turn in. We're gonna hold on to that save. I'm gonna play a little bit more. Normally this is about the time of the stream where I would go into CK mode, but because we just spent all that time doing that test, we'll play a little bit more, and then we'll circle back. But I definitely want to try and get the West Everett thing done. I don't know if we'll get to the settler snipe stuff, but I think attacking the West Everett is appropriate time since we were playing that today. All right, let's fast travel over there. Probably do not roll back the plots when exported as I build upwards and live with settlers so pathing works. Got it.
Someone there.
Uh-oh. Alright. Let's go turn this quest in. Just leave them be, dog meat. Those are going to be our buddies in a minute. Love the city plans. Too bad EEC has me fully distracted, ATM.
Huh? Back with no nail? What? Did he make his own tribe? Ha! He think he killed Sickle?
I found his body. He's dead.
Dead? Hammer not be happy. Sam's maybe not lucky. Human can take. Hammer! Nail dead! Brother! No! Nail was stupid. Hammer is stupid. Sickle not surprised. What you say? But Nail weak like stupid Hammer. You killed my brother! Over now.
Oh, I'm still in God mode. Oh well. Turn that off. Boop.
Ha! Sickle best super mutant, smartest super mutant, strongest super mutant. Human can take Hammer's old job. Human make good super mutant. Tiny, but good.
If you say so.
Yes! Sickle says so! Human welcome here. What more ASAM blinkies? You come talk with Sickle again, human.
Fantastic. Oh, did we keep any chalk? Let's try.
Human gives Sickle chalk. Human gives chalk. Sickle gives ASAM blinkies.
Sure. Here you go.
Nice. We did have some. Oh, see, look. See, I still only get one. I mentioned this in a stream, and you guys said you get a whole box. You get a box for the initial turn-in, but I'm going to make it so that every time you give him a chalk, you get a box. Because getting chalk in this game is shockingly difficult. And we give out boxes of ASAM sensors like candy, so they're more of a token thing.
Human. Sickle happy to see you.
So we do need to make that change. Let me add that to my list. So we got some sickle changes coming down the pipes here. All right, so give box for chalk. And it's mostly because chalk is flagged as junk, so you'll naturally just like dump it in your workbench and forget about it. So if you go through the trouble of not doing that, you deserve lots of ASAM blinkies. Okay. All right. So then while we're waiting for Jake to call us still, let's go and let's build Carvock City Plan for real. And we'll just let it evolve naturally. Those poor folks over at Ten Pines can need something a little nicer. Every time I find Chocodoodle Happy Dance, it's that rare. Yeah, and you'd expect to find a ton of it in like the schools and stuff, but nope. But yeah, I think if he gives you a whole box every time, then it becomes like, oh man, I gotta hang on to the chalk. Like it becomes worth the extra effort to protect the chalk. Okay, let's head over to Ten Pines again. Maybe we'll do the little quest that they've got for us. We're not in a hurry. All right, so I've got 3 missions for West Everett now. All right, let's remember to do set game hour here so you guys can see. There we go. All right, let's see if these guys have a quest for me now. What do you think? What do you think?
We're in some real trouble here. I hope you can help. The crop's coming in pretty good.
I thought you needed help. Maybe I gotta talk to the dude that's here. Excuse me, sir. I hear you need some help.
Hey,
Am I ever glad to see you? We could really use a hand.
Glad to help out. What seems to be the problem?
A pack of feral ghouls has wandered in nearby. It's too risky to have them so close, and we need someone to clear them out.
Not a problem. Those ghouls are as good as gone.
It'll be good not to have to keep an eye under every log and scrap pile for them.
Bedford Station. All right. Nice and easy one. Is Bedford Station? No, but I was saying one of these little train yards. I think there's a railroad rifle in it, right? Oh, hello. We got a little random encounter over here. This is for you. Direct hit. Hey, buddy. Wait, there's another one? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Talk me with those mad teleport skills. Whoops. Oh, that was lucky. Accidentally killed some with the, Whoops. Oh, apparently we only had to kill 2 or 3 to get credit. What am I backed up against here? Where are you at? Where's your buddy at? Here he is. I'm like trying not to stim because I'm so close to level. There it is. Free heal. Nice. Ooh, underglue. Dog meat. I'll use that stim pack on you, buddy. Nope, doesn't need it. Never mind. Alright, let's see what we got here. What do we got in the perk department? Oh, rifleman level 2. That's an easy snap pick. Yeah, no question. So we are going run and gun shotgunner for sure. Might do power armor too. Just need my combat shotgun and I'll be happy. Where do you get there's that named combat shotgun, like Le Terrible. I can't pronounce words tonight apparently. The one that's like the Terribles in French. Where's that one at? I know you get that one pretty early. Is that during the main quest? Is that where you stumble upon that one? Ricardo, do you have any SS2 related dreams? Oh my god, I have so many mod dreams, it's ridiculous. I would say less about the actual game though. Like I don't dream about hanging out with Jake and company. It's more like nightmares about forgetting to do something for the mod, or like, you know, interacting with team members about stuff. Like just, it's almost like, you know, you have when you're a kid, you have those dreams of you forgot to do your homework. Like that kind of thing. Any treasures up here? No. Alright, let's check in here for goodies. And ghouls. Oh, hello. Man, we're gonna need some shotgun shells soon. Pompadour wig. Got one built in. Thank you. Libertalia. Okay. So yeah, that is. I am thinking of. I always get it off of the main quest because you get the quest to deal with the courser. So I guess that's pretty deep in. That's not early. Oh, there was a gold watch I just left. Excuse me. All right. Okay. That's the end of that. All right. We need to fast travel. Oh my god, my throat just reminded me I needed some water. Too much talking, not enough drinking. Okay, I'm going to turn this in, get this settlement proper.
I knew you would help us.
Took care of those ghouls that were giving you trouble.
You did? That's great news. Friend, feel free to use our workshop anytime you'd like.
Okay, now let's see. Oh, station house. This is a single person home. Cook a 200-year-old can of Wolfie snacks and reload your gun while you wait for the next train. All right. Now let's see if I have anywhere near enough resources to do City Planner's Task. I'm often surprised by how close I am. Yeah, look at that. Just need a couple rubber. All right, where do you guys hide your tires? We'll go through this every time I want to build a City Planner's Task. It's like, where is the nearest pile of tires that I can steal? Oh, that fridge did have some rubber. All right, we need one more. All right, maybe I gotta go do the grab trick somewhere.
Still need to replace that cook pot.
Any loose tires around here you guys know about?
When we have the caps, we will.
Where do you guys keep your rubber? Come on. Everybody's got a stash somewhere. Next to the junkyard with the dogs. That's true. Alright, let's see if there's a random tire over here we can grab. Also, did we kill all these dogs? No, we did not yet. Alright. Hello there, pup. I gotta be a little more careful with my ammo. Until we get back to town. Well, to town at all? I haven't even been to Diamond City yet. Well, I don't think I have. Maybe I have. Let's check the map. Have I been to Diamond City yet on this character? I have not. Alright. Oof. I see. Oh, I think I see a tire I can grab. Oh, hold on. Another fight still. I don't even think we have Bloody Mess yet. That was brutal. Oh, we have another level up. Did not realize that. Alright, what is the next level up? Okay, we need this at level 11. Are there any other level 11s? Level 10 we can get Demo Expert. Okay, we should be free. We might as well grab Bloody Mess, right? Oh, here we go. I think cigarettes have asbestos, right? I always need that, too. Alright, let's carry this back. King Gath must play gamepad, indeed. Love my controller. It's funny, I was like a mouse and keyboard purist until probably Xbox. I think Xbox 360 is what changed my mind. And then gaming became like a relaxing thing for me instead of like I was less hardcore about it. So it would be when I wanted to play games, it was like I wanted to get away from my computer, so I would only play games in my living room, avoided my computer at all times, at all costs to play games. And then I just got more used to the controller than like I did that for probably until I think I switched back to playing mostly PC around the time when I was modding Fallout 4. Like in the last 9 years, and then like all of my gaming time before that for like 10, 12 years was on Xbox. So I just got used to a controller. And now the controllers, like you can just grab an Xbox controller and plug it into your PC and it works fine. So it's just too convenient on top of it. All right, let's go ahead and get the city planner's desk down. It's going to get moved, so it doesn't really matter where it ends up. And we'll just go ahead and put this guy in charge. Here you go, buddy. You can be in charge of your own settlement.
Sure.
Oh, hold on a second. No, never mind. We're gonna unassign him. Hold on. I want to try something. So I think I fixed the thing we ran into with. I need to find some food.
Okay.
I need to unassign him from city leadership. I don't want you as the leader anymore. So I think I fixed the thing where if you don't assign the city plan first, then it re-randomizes. We're going to test that. Okay, so we will select a city plan. Use this plan. Now it says leader required. Now if this worked, it should keep my selection. So let's test that. Actually, before I do, let's save. So save leader test. This is another bug fix I did recently. Actually, I think I did this today. I don't remember when I did it. It was today or yesterday. Settler's now in charge. Yes, tear it all down. Pay and build. I should remember my selection. And gotta bail. Fallout 4 theme. Let's see if we get car box design here. Nope, stop, stop, stop. Good night, Brambleberry. I'll catch you later. Oh, we got good music there and I bailed too soon. Okay, there we go. We got our tiny city plan. Looks like the correct one.
Something's out there.
Let's see if we can find the desk just to confirm. This does look like it though, since we just built it. And how does go?
Karma's paying off.
Where's the desk stashed at? Is it in here? Yeah, I should just mod that. I should just take that music out of the track list now that we have a bunch of options. It was originally in there just to have some variety because we started out with, we just had our one custom track and I was like, I want to have it occasionally go do a different piece of music. There we go. Okay, cool. So it works now. So now you can assign the city plan before your leader and it won't re-randomize your plan selection. So save a step. I know a lot of people, when they would do that, they would assign the leader, cancel the city building, then assign the plan, and then allow it to build. So now you can do it in the other direction if you want. Okay. Alright, so I think we're at a good stopping point to go try and do some of our West Everett changes. So let me save this guy. And we're going to save this as CLP Day 3. I'm going to name this End of Session, even though we're not ending, but because I think we're going to get buried in the CK for a while here now. So this is where things will get very boring for some of you and very interesting for others. So we are going to switch you guys over. I got to manipulate my screen a little bit here, and then we will get you guys in. All right, so we need to shrink this down, move chat over here, shrink this down. Bring you guys in just a minute. I'm trying to get organized so I can see what I need to see here. So I need to be able to see you guys talking on one screen. I need to see what you can see. All right, there's my Streamlabs. And then we need CK open. Okay, I think we're good here. All right, let's bring you guys into Dev Machine. Can you guys see this all right? Here we go. All right, so we need to do a couple of things here. So let's start off with the simple one. Let's do make Sickle give you a whole box. This should be super easy for me to change. So if we go under Quest, Dialogue Sickle, he should have a loop here. Okay, let's see, scenes. No, it's not there. It's under Miss Dialogue. Hello. Okay, none of these start that scene. Where's that scene? Oh, maybe we put the scene right on the quest. That may have been the case. Let's see. I think it's 05B. We must leave this quest running for the turn-ins. Yep, here it is. Trade chalk loop. Okay, so this does... Is that stage 120? Ooh, I don't like that because that means we must have allow repeated stages. Yeah, that's not good. All right, we're going to fix that too because I bet it's possible to accidentally reboot this whole quest thanks to that, and I don't love. So we're going to change this up a little bit. We're going to look at our script here. Okay. And let's see here. Chalk form. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so we have this stage, so instead we're just going to change this to a function. So we already have the stage 120 in there, and that's fine. We'll just put it give chalk, and then we'll turn that into a function. All right. And then we'll just change this single sensor to box of sensors, one per chalk. Okay, and then we will compile that. And then we're just going to build a little script for that dialogue scene so we can get rid of this allow repeated stages. Allow repeated stages is like good in theory to simplify things, but it just ends up creating bugs. So we're just going to axe it. So we're going to just change. We can leave this here again because it'll set it once, but now we're going to need a script to do this. So we're going to create a new script here. You don't have to create scripts. You can actually just do fragments and just code right in this little window, but I prefer to keep my stuff organized here. So we're going to put this under, let me see. I don't know if I have a topic info folder. Let's check. Excuse me. All right, some settlements v2. Topic info. I have topic infos and topic info. Looks like singular is the one we usually use, so let's go with that one. So put that in the topic info folder. Excuse me. We'll just call this sickle give. Oh, we'll call it give sickle chalk. Now this is going to be a super simple script here. So we're just going to say event. I think it's on start. I'm going to need to go look up the definition for this, but we're just going to do get owning quest as, and we need to cast it as the suburban disturbance, and then we just do give chalk, and we'll just call that function. So we need this here. And then we need to look up the definition of topic info. So we can do that one of two ways. I can actually just open up the script here. So I have them all. Wait, why is it not doing that? Oh, I don't have them all loose here. Okay, so then we're going to do it. Oh, I know where they are. Hold on. They're under base. So we need to go to user, or I'm sorry, source, and then base. Here we go. And then we can find them. So we can load them up here, or we can search the, what I recommend you doing is search the ESP. I think that's it. I'll show you guys that in a second. But we can also look this up to get definitions. So on begin is what we wanted, not on start, on begin. And we just go ahead and call that. And because the give chalk is already doing the test for us to see if the player has any, we don't have to do anything fancy. So this is it. This is our whole script. So we can go ahead and compile that. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you guys this thing. Papyrus Manager, this is where I prefer to do my compiling. You don't have to. You can also just open it up in here and do it. But we'll just compile this guy. Make sure we don't get any errors. There we go. We're good. So that should take care of that. So we can test that tonight because we can just send this plugin over and the scripts, and then I can use console commands to get myself some chalk. Okay, so that one was super easy. And I want to show you guys in the, here, let's see. So this website right here, falloutck.uesp.net, they have a copy of Bethesda's old wiki site that got taken down. Should definitely bookmark this. This is awesome it's got all of the script definitions up there, and it's mostly the same as if you were to look in the script itself, except that a lot of people who have, because this is all user generated content, well, not all of it, a lot of it, Bethesda did start out with a lot of the Papyrus stuff, but a lot of us have added notes to it since, so you will find that some of these have more details if you come in here, as opposed to what's just in the actual raw script file. Okay, so that takes care of box of sensors. All right, so next on the list, let's make the super mutants of West Everett your allies. So we need to go, all right, so for this, I'm actually going to open up, I don't want to accidentally dirty edit West Everett in SS2. So I'm going to actually load it up in a blank CK. So let me close out Workshop Framework here. And we're going to load up the CK in a separate window. So I'm going to have multiple copies running here. And this is what I like to do whenever I'm exploring the base game world, is open it up outside of my plugin. So this is hard to do if you only have the Steam install of the creation kit, because it won't let you run multiple copies at once. But if you have multiple copies of the game installed like I do, which is you can easily do by just renaming your Fallout 4 folder and then letting Steam repair, and then it will install a second copy. So you can do that if you want multiple installs. So we're going to just load up Fallout 4.esm here. Later, Carvok. Didn't see that. All right. Loading. So what we're going to try and do, I'm going to try and find out if West Everett happens to have a unique faction. I highly doubt it, but, you know, we can hope. Well, actually, while we're waiting for this to load, we can search for that. Let's search for West, and we will go to factions. Okay, no, let's try super mutant, see if there's multiple factions. So it looks like there is just the super mutant, the base super mutant faction. So we're not going to be able to do it by faction. So what we're going to have to do is fetch all of the super mutants and the mutant hounds that are in that area and force them into the sickle faction, so that way they will act the same way as his super mutants after. We'll do it after the quest is over. So we need to go to MQ05B, and we'll just let this, since this quest is always running, we'll just do the same. We'll do it with this script. So we'll go open an external editor. Let's just make a new function here. We're going to do function make West Everett. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to always forget how to spell West Everett. So we're going to just do make super mutants friendly. All right, so I'm going to pseudocode this. So this is kind of like, this is what you do when you're figuring out how you want to code something, is you just kind of write notes about how you think it's going to flow, and then you figure out the code later. So, and the nice thing about doing it this way is also you end up with comments in your code from the get-go. So we're going to say we need to wait for West Everett, I'm going to spell it wrong here, to load, run quest event to fetch all NPCs in super mutant faction, iterate alias, and add to sickle faction. And let's see here. We're going to also put a note in here. Do this every time, because the reason we want to do this every time, so like we're not going to just run this once. We're going to do it every time that this loads. So we'll basically take this function and put it every time West Everett loads, because if there's a respawn, like if you show up at the space 30 days later, and you had cleared it, like let's say you go murdered all the super mutants before you did this quest, we want to make sure that the respawns end up in the faction as well. Do this every time the area loads. And this will be a pretty lightweight function, so it won't be a big deal to run it every time the player comes to the area. Okay, so for that, we're going to need a few things here. We're going to need to make sure we have that location record. So let's go up here to our properties. So we already have the mutant faction condition. So now we're going to need the location. Actually, let's make sure we don't already happen to have that. We do not. All right. So let's figure out what that is exactly. That'll be under world data, location, West Everett's estate. We'll just grab it exactly. If you name a property exactly what it is in the CK, you can autofill it, and it makes it a little quicker. All right, so we're gonna need that location, and then we're gonna need to watch for the player to change locations. So we're gonna establish this event actor on location change, which I believe is an event. We're gonna go double check that, so we can use UESP for that. So we'll do on location change. Yeah, there it is. Actor on location change. We'll grab our event structure here. Now, one thing we're gonna do, so we're gonna vary a little bit from it because we're gonna be fetching it from somebody else. We don't naturally get this event, so we're gonna have to do a remote register. And whenever you do a remote register, it adds a new parameter at the beginning, which is going to match the actual type of thing that gets the event that you're registering for. So we need to start out with the actor. That's the sender. That's who's going to send you the event. And then the rest of the event signature will match what you find. So for this, we're going to go if AK new location equals West Everett's estate location. Oops. Then we'll do make super mutants friendly, and we will only register, we'll also, just in case, we're also going to check in case this event somehow gets registered for too early. We'll also do, we'll check a couple of things. We'll do If get stage done, let's make sure the player actually completed the quest. We want, I guess we just want quest complete. Okay, make super mutants friendly. And we're also going to check and make sure that we didn't piss off the super mutant faction. So I don't remember all of the definition for faction, so we're going to look that up. Faction script. Get faction reaction. Here we go. So we'll do a get faction reaction against the player. And sickle mutant factions dot get faction reaction against the player. Do we have a definition of the player here? Let's see. We do. Player ref. And we want it to be equal to, or we'll just want it to not be enemy. So we'll say not equal to 1. Not equal 1. And then we'll add a comment to remind ourselves what this is. Make sure player is not enemy to sickle. Okay. And then in the quest complete stage, we will register for this event. So I'm going to go down to our handling for that. And we're going to do register for remote event, player ref, on location change. So now we're saying to the game, hey, anytime the player moves to a new location, let us know about it. And then this is our handling event that says this is what we want to happen whenever the location changes. So from now on, whenever the player changes any location, this quest will get notified, and we quickly bail out if it's not to the location we're looking for. So whenever they arrive in West Everett, it'll trigger this, and it should make them friendly. So now we need to write the actual code that makes them friendly. So for this, okay, so we can get rid of this comment because that's handled elsewhere. So we need to set up a fetching quest, which I can show you guys how to do. So let's see how we want to do this. So we actually have a good system for this in Workshop Framework, but I think that might be a little too heavy-handed for this. So, all right, so we need an event keyword. So I'm going to establish these properties down here while we're here. So we're going to go event keyword, find super mutants. All counts mandatory. So the thing that are actually in charge of triggering event quests are keywords, very oddly. I don't know why that's what they used, but that's what they use. So we're going to go if send story event and wait, I believe is the function. Yes. And then we can send it some data. So in this case, we actually don't need any data. We can just the event keyword on its own should be fine, but we might as well send it the location. So we'll do the first, I think the first variable it's looking for is a location, but we can double check that. Again, I don't memorize all these things because it's so easy to just look it up in here. It's silly to try and memorize all these definitions. But yeah, we can first send it a location. So we will send it the location of West Everett Estates location, since that's what we're looking to do. And then if we happen to like quickly leave it, at least we're fetching super mutants in the right area. So we're going to trigger the event manager to run this quest. And then we'll check and see if the quest is running. So we'll need this quest. So we're going to go property, event quest, find super mutants. So we're going to need to define a quest for this, which is really easy to do. I'll show you guys how to do that in just a moment. And then we're going to make sure that this is running. So if .is running, then we can do this. So on that quest, we're going to set up an alias, a ref collection alias, which a ref collection alias just is like it's like a box that a bunch of NPCs or things in the world can get stuck in temporarily so that you can access them. So we'll just call this found super mutants. There we go. And now we're going to iterate through this list. So we're going to go int I equals 0 while I is less than... Actually, hold on. Let me check something. There might be some shortcut functions we can use for this. So let's look up ref collection alias. See if it has any useful functions here. Because I know you can add arrays. I don't know if we can fetch arrays. Can we get all? Or is there like an add all to faction? Yes, there is an add to factions. We can add the entire alias to a faction. So let's just do that. So we will go back in here and we can just go. We don't even have to iterate then. We can just go add to sickle faction. So then we just do found super mutants dot add to faction sickle mutant faction, and it's as simple as that. And then we'll shut down this quest when we're done, so that way the next time the player comes here we can reuse it. So now we need to set up these things. So let's move these up here, up in our properties. I like to make sound effects when I'm coding. Keeps it more interesting for me. Let's see, we'll put this under aliases. And I guess we could put it under controller. You know what, I'm gonna just to keep this all isolated, we're just gonna put this under a new group friendly maker. That's our group. Okay, so now we're gonna say, or we're gonna compile that, make sure I didn't make any mistakes. MQ05. Come on, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Got it. All right, now we're gonna go in and make ourselves our keyword. So we're just gonna name this SS2 event. I'm gonna see if this is the pattern I'm usually using. I try to stick to like a standard naming scheme. Yeah, event keyword. Find super mutants. Okay. And then we need to set up a quest that can find them. So we're going to go ahead and go to character quest, and we're going to make a new quest. And we'll call this one, I don't know if I use event for quests usually in my naming scheme. I should, but I don't think I do. I guess I do. Okay. Event find super mutants. Let's see. Do I bother with priority? I don't think I usually do, or if I do, I keep it low because it's not important for this. Yeah, I guess I've used it. All right. All right, we're going to uncheck these start game enabled because we actually want this to run as a script triggered event. And I like to, as soon as I've named it, I just hit OK to save it, and then I edit from there. I find that that seems to work better. So what we need here is we want a couple of things. We need to go to our alias screen, and we want a new location alias. And the reason I'm writing it like this, because I could just hard code this to just find all super mutants in the area. Like I could write a very simple script that just fetches them all, but this will be more reusable. If I ever need to fetch super mutants from somewhere else, I can do it. So there could be a potential use for that. So we're gonna put event location here, and then we're going to do from event and. Wait, no, I don't want to match. I want, where's it at? Oh, I did the wrong, hold on. I did the wrong type of alias. That's why. New location alias. We do need a collection, but not yet. Here we go. All right, we need event location. And we're going to grab the one from the event. So basically what we're saying is whatever the script sends us, that's the location we're going to use. We're going to allow reserved. So there's a thing with Radiant quests. They can reserve a location so that other Radiant quests don't use them, but we don't care if the Radiant quest is using it, right? Because we're not trying to lock a location for our own use. We're also going to allow cleared. If the location is everybody's dead, that's fine too. And then I often choose allow reuse. That's just in case you accidentally end up with two aliases that target the same thing. I'm fine with that in this case. It just prevents little weird bugs. All right, so then we need a ref collection. And this is going to grab us. This is going to grab us all of our super mutants once I program it to do so. Jenny might want to take a look at the NLTC quest. Not taking Allison on her side gigs because it is an option. Breaks the whole thing. Oh, well, that's no good. Well, hopefully we get to that. We run into that when we get up to chapter 3 eventually. Or it's already been reported on my tracker. And we have an internal tracker that most nights I just grind through. That's why there's just all sorts of random fixes in most of the patches. So, but I just kind of go like top to bottom. So whatever been reported lately gets attacked first because it tends to be that it hits the low hanging fruit, and I make more progress than if I start from the oldest bugs, which are harder to repeat. Okay, so we're gonna call this super mutants. If I could spell super mutants. Max initial fill count, we want to find all of them. So we're going to set the fill count max initial to 0. We want to get as many as possible. We're going to go optional because we don't know that there will be. One of the reasons you have to do optional for something like this is if it didn't find any, then this would fail and then your code wouldn't run. And if you were going to try and check if there were 0, you would never know. So by setting this optional, we can find out also if it's 0. Again, this is just me over designing to keep it future proof because I know how to do this stuff. We don't want disabled ones. We don't want dead ones. So we're not going to check those in. I am going to reuse in quest, I think is fine in case we expand this. Allow reserved, again, that's fine. They shouldn't be destroyed. That shouldn't be a thing. All right, and then we're going to go find matching reference. And we'll do in loaded area because this is only going to be running when we arrive. So it should be safe to do it in the loaded area. And we wouldn't find anything outside the loaded area anyway. All right, so then we're going to, and we're also going to do actors only. That'll speed up the event because it doesn't have to check like random things. Because if you're not doing actors, references are all sorts of things. References are actors, they are guns, they are like little invisible furniture markers, they are things you can pick up, like things like the tires where you can grab them, you know, you can hold on, like Z grab them, any of that type of stuff. Those are all references. So if it has to filter through all of those, it's a lot slower. Whereas there's generally a lot less NPCs in any given area. Like there may be in an entire loaded area where you're in maybe 100 NPCs at any given time. So it's just a lot fewer things the game has to filter through. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to add some conditions because we want to filter this down to super mutants only. So we're going to do, we can probably just do a get in faction. And that will probably get our the hounds too, because I believe that there's not a super mutant hound faction, I don't think. I think the hounds are in this one, so let's check that real quick. Let's go to hound. I think it's FEV hound is what they're called in the CK. Oh no, they're not. They are called mutant hound. Okay, so let's check and see if they are in the super mutant faction. I'm 99% certain they are, but oh yeah, that's where I saw FEV hound right there. Audio template FEV hound. There is a mutant hound faction. Okay, so we'll grab both. So we'll turn this into an or because we don't want we want either one. So then we'll grab mutant hound faction. There we go. And we'll assume anybody that's in the loaded area, any type of mutants or hounds that happen to be around West Everett's, because the most that will be loaded at any given time, and actually I loaded up this other CK so we could show you guys West Everett, because I'm also going to need this open so we can figure out how to deal with Hammer too. Because as you know, we just killed Hammer in the quest, so then if you go up top, you would find that Hammer is still alive. So obviously we need to fix that. Waiting for the Commonwealth to load here. All right, let's go to West Everett Estates. I'll let this load up. All right, that's going to take a minute to load, so we'll go back to what we were doing. So now we're going to grab any super mutants or any mutant hounds. And I guess here we can show, while we're waiting for that to load, I can show you guys in-game. So if we look around out here, you can see really far, right? But most of that is fake LOD. In reality, the only area that's loaded, so Ten Pines itself is approximately like a cell and a half of space. So it's just like a certain, like the whole world is made up of these grids. And the game only loads by default a 5x5 grid. So the only NPCs that it will find will be in a 5x5 grid. So that means if we were to walk the width of Ten Pines approximately twice that way and twice this way, that's the only area that's considered loaded that will actually check. So if you imagine where West Everett is, if we did that, if you even went, you know, 2 cells in any direction, you're not going to find another super mutant encampment right next door. So just doing the entire loaded area should be totally fine. Should not cause any issues with us over grabbing. Because if we wanted to, we could also add another check here. We could do a get current location. I believe that is what it's called. Get current. No, hold on, let me search. You can actually filter through these if you can't remember the exact name. Get in current location, or we could do get in current location alias and make sure that it's in the event location. The reason I'm not doing that is because occasionally, so here's another thing with every cell in the game. Again, when this CK loads, I can show you guys. Here we go. So in West Everett here, let me see if I can get the cell markers to show up. I can't remember what it's called. Render window hotkeys. cell. Nope, it's not showing it there. There is a button to show the cell bounds, and I cannot remember what it is. Toggle grid, maybe? Is that it? Let's try that. I don't know. Grid is probably for like placement of items, but let's hide all these markers. All right, this is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on a second. I gotta check. I'm gonna search on my other computer real quick. Let's see. Creation kit, show cell borders. So push B. Okay, push B. There we go. All right, so you can see all of these yellow boxes here. These yellow like dashed lines and stuff. Like each of those is a cell. So if you say we go like 2 in any direction, so we're right in the middle of West Everett here. 1, 2, you can get into Tappington's loaded. We go 1, 2 this direction. It's the rest of West Everett. Over here, nothing. So you can see there's no other super mutant camps. So just doing all super mutants in the loaded area will be totally safe. We won't accidentally grab like a nearby camp. Okay, so we can do that. Otherwise, we could check within the location. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to show you guys. Okay, so each of these cells. So if I go down, let me find this. Close this. Let's find the cell view window. Not layers. Where's my cell view window? Here it is. So if we go here, you can see that there are 6 cells flagged as West Everett. But if we zoom out a little bit, in reality, West Everett is kind of made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 12 cells that are really part of West Everett, but they've only flagged 6 of them as part of it. So there are a bunch of cells that are on the border that they don't flag. And if we were to limit the alias to that location, it would only grab people that happen to be inside those cells. It would also miss anybody who was like, you know, chasing a bloatfly or something just outside the border. So loaded area is going to be our best bet here since we have enough other conditions to limit it. So this should grab our super mutants right now. And now we need to rig this up to run on the event. And then we will rig all these script properties up. So let me save this. All right, let's start with the script properties. So let's go into here and set up our new make friendly. And oh, and look, West Everett's estate's location was not. Oh, that's right. I just added that. I was like, it was not actually set. It was broken. But it just was never. I just added that. That's why. Or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Oh, we talked about autofilling. So yes, I did just add that. Okay. And then we'll grab our new keyword. So we'll search for that. Event. Super. I'm just filtering here. Let's find super mutants. And I should be able to do the same filter for this. Find super mutants. And then lastly, we need to okay, the filter doesn't work on the quest. It works on the thing. So we'll go to our find super mutants and grab our alias on that. So now we have all of our puzzle pieces in play. And the last step is we need to add this into what's called the story manager. So most of the game is driven off of this thing called the story manager. And what the story manager does is it reacts to player events and makes things happen. So a lot of the game is triggered on like when you enter certain locations. The game can also run it can do things outside of this. Like a lot of the base game is set up with trigger boxes. But this is a lot of like dynamically driven content is handled through this. So we're going to go into the script event section to do what we're going to do. And we are going to go down to, we have an SS2 event section. So we'll just go ahead and use that to keep our stuff organized. We're going to go ahead and add a new quest node. And we will name this. So we'll call it SS2. Yeah, it's a finder. Or I guess it's an object grabber. So, oh, we can actually put it under that branch. I will do that. So we'll put it under, we'll call it Super Mutant Grabber. And then we'll move it. So we'll move this underneath our NPC grabbers. I need to expand this. Hold on. All right, slide that in here. Come on, get in there. There we go. So we will add it to this, and then I'm going to grab one of these. So we're going to grab this get event keyword. I'm just going to copy this condition. And basically, this is how you determine which quest is going to run. So we're going to filter for this get event data. We're checking the keyword to make sure it matches the one we want. So we want it to match this find super mutants event. And hit OK. And then, let's see here, what's this? So this right now has a filter at this level to go in here, which I don't actually like that filter. That seems unnecessary. So we're actually going to delete these conditions. There's no reason for them since each of these has its own keyword check. So this is redundant to have all these on here. So we're going to go ahead and delete those. And then we've got our, so basically what we've said is if the event came from this keyword, then you should run a quest in this node. So we will just do number of quests to run once. You can see it. I'm going to be mirroring it here. So these I have set up to not share the event, which is kind of rude. I'm going to leave this one to share the event. So if other people want it, I'm not going to mess with those other three because I don't want to break things. And then we need to add our quest to it. So the reason this is set up this way is, and you'll see that I have a lot of them set up with multiple quests. If you think this event's going to fire all the time, like for example, grabbing settlement NPCs, we do that a lot. So we create multiple copies of that event. So if multiple events fire at once and a quest is using it. So like, let's say, for example, we have the RPG manager system in SS2, which handles like, you know, updating the stats of settlers so that they can rank up from training plots or doing the health mechanics to give them diseases and such. Maybe one of those quests is fetching the NPCs. And so then this event is busy. Well, we don't want to gum up all the rest of SS2 while it waits for that stuff to calculate. So we have multiple of these quests. So then if some other system in SS2 needs to grab the NPCs, it can just run its own quest. So just by running the event, it will go to this stack, this node, and then it just picks the first one of these that's available that's not being used. So in this case, we don't anticipate this being used a lot. So we just have one copy of the quest. If we wanted to, we could clone the quest a million times or however many times we wanted and put it in this node too, and it would just all kind of work the same way. But in our case, we know that this is going to be very limited used. If I decide to start using this for something else, again, I clone this quest very easily and come back and do that. So this is all we need to do. We've got this set up here. So we are done. This is ready for testing. All right. So the last thing we wanted to do for this group of content is, Babylonia, you won't catch the hospital just north of the neighborhood. I don't think so. Let's double check in here. So like right now, this loaded area, when I loaded in, it loaded up the grid that would be normally loaded up around the player. So it looks like the hospital is not getting fetched. So we should be good. So let's see here. Going back to here, we want to set up an alias for the vanilla hammer. So we can just use this quest to do it. So we've got the SS2 hammer. We need to grab the vanilla hammer. So let's see if we can figure out where he lives. And he may just be he might not be a unique NPC. I got to check on that. So let's see here. Let's see if we can find some of these NPCs over here. Not selected only. We want to search for hammer and see if he's a special NPC. Okay, not there. Let's go to actor. Let's try searching here for hammer. No. Let's try super mutant. And then we'll look at our sort by name and see. There's our hammer. Okay, so it's DN150 is what he's called, super mutant boss. He's probably flagged as unique. No, he's not. Interesting. Okay, so that means he can probably respawn. So the fact that he's named DN150 means that DN150 is likely the quest that handles him. So let's check all of these. Okay, there's our guy. He's in exterior 06. We got to turn on markers because I believe that he is a leveled NPC, meaning that he can be, he'll use the level list, so he will change. He won't always look identical or use the same gear or anything. All right, he's supposed to be right here, but he's not showing up for whatever reason. Okay. Let's see here. So how am I going to fetch him? So I guess we can make use of the same kind of alias setup here. So we can just go into... So I kind of wanted to force him, but I think what we may have to do here is make use of the function we just wrote. So I think what we're going to do here We're going to change up our little event handler. So this event will grab him. So we're going to need to add a few things here. So we're going to go assets, actor base, property, and let's grab DN150 Super Mutant Boss. So actor base is basically these records in the NPC that can become an actor. An actor is actually like a reference of them. So if you imagine, like, in theory, if you made like one of these Super Mutant records, right? Well, I could drag and drop a million of them. In fact, we can just do it because we're not going to save this plugin. That's why I have the second copy of the CK open. I can just keep dragging, more Super Mutants into the world, right? So I can just keep grabbing the same rifle guy, this rifle legendary. Now, each one of these is a reference that uses this as its base. So this defines, like, what weapons he's got, how much health he's got, all that stuff. And you can see that their equipment is changing because they have an outfit record that uses a leveled list so that it changes up. So each one will be different. But they're right here saying this one will make them so they're using a rifle and they're legendary, but the rest of their gear will be dynamic. So I can drag in a few of those. So these are considered an actor record as far as Papyrus is concerned, but the actual record in the CK that you see in this object window, that's called an actor base. And that's what we need, because what we're going to do is when we iterate over the found super mutants, we'll see, is one of them have the same base record that matches this, and that's how we'll know we found Hammer. So now what we got to change here is in our on location change here, we're making them friendly. So fortunately we already have the get quest complete. So what we need to do here is add a different condition here. So we're going to go if not get stage done, I stage Hammer replaced. All right, so we're going to replace Hammer. We're also going to do one other thing here. DN150, I'm going to check if he's got a location ref type, because if so, we'll add that to our Hammer as well. So let me check here. Where is that stored at? So location ref type, when you do random quests, like you get the quest to, go fetch an item for something or go kill a guy here or there, like the settlers where they're like, hey, we need you to go clear out these bad guys for us. You end up getting a random location. Well, they tend to pick a location that has a boss NPC set. So what I'm checking here is, did they give this guy a ref type? And they may have done it on his reference. So let's see here. We will go to edit. So this is this over here, the cell view, this list, are the actual references, like the things that are placed down here in the editor. So let's check his. So there's an enable parent here tied to him. That's interesting. Okay. Ref type. Here we go. Yeah, so they give him the boss ref type. So we will give our guy a boss type as well. So let's go into here. We're going to go and find Hammer. I'm hoping is default in this cell already. That'll make this a lot easier. I was going to check it from the alias, but I see it said it was a unique actor. There are multiple ways you can set up an alias. You can actually set them up so it just points to an actor record, and then that's smart enough to say wherever this reference is. And you can do that for unique actors. It'll just be like, go find wherever the reference lives. But you can also directly point them to a thing. You can see these ones that say forced. Those are just pointing to an item that is placed in the game world or placed in a cell. So let's find I got too many windows open. Find our thing here. We're going to go down to SS2. We're going to find our West Everett. So a couple things we got to do here. First, we got to make sure our West Everett cell is associated with the West Everett location, which right now it's not. It's assigned to its own location. So we're going to change that. This may come back to bite me. Actually, let's check that. Let's make sure the SS West Everett isn't being used anywhere. So let's go down to, and actually we may have done this for a reason. So I guess we got to double check this before we can commit to this. West Ev. SS West Everett location, West Everett basement. Parent location is Commonwealth. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to mess with this because it might break people's saves, so we actually won't change this. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to parent this to the West Everett location, and that should give us what we need here. And of course, we'll go test this. West Everett Estates location. So now if that's its parent, I'm trying to think if this is going to work or not. Okay, I know what we'll do instead. We'll do this on Hammer. I don't want to. I'm worried about this breaking somebody's save or something. So I am going to fix this naming scheme because that's the lack of 2 will drive me insane. Let's go into the West Everett basement here. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to force him into a forced our Hammer into a boss reference for West Everett, so that way the I don't know if I want to do that though. What I'm trying to avoid is breaking vanilla quests that use this location, because what we actually want to do. Oh, you know what we need to do? I think we may need to reserve location here. This is like something I almost never use, but because we don't want Radiants to come to West Everett anymore, right? Like we don't want people to get Radiants to come kill the supermutants after they're your friends. So let's do this. Yeah, I don't think I want him to be the boss ref. I think we just don't want one. So I think instead we'll do something. This won't work for... All right, there's 2 things we're going to do. We're going to reserve West Everett. So West Everett, we will reserve it. Specific location, West Everett Estates location. We'll allow it cleared. We'll allow all that. So we are going to allow it to be, we're setting an optional in case some other quest already has it so we don't break it mid-save. And this will only work for new save files because otherwise they're not going to be. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to try and block Radiants from taking over that location. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at DN150 because that quest controls something about those super mutants. So let's look what it's doing. So a lot of times what Bethesda has set up is when you defeat a named character at a cell, the next time you come back there, they will have a different NPC. It'll be like an unnamed version. So let's find our super mutant boss here. Here he is. And he is linked to something. So let's go enable parent. DN150 disable cleared parent. Okay, let's find where that lives. Disable cleared parent. All right, see if there's any scripts on here or anything. All right, default disable on reset if location was cleared. Look up what this is doing. On cell detached. Get linked ref disable. Okay. So in theory then, we should be able to just disable this as if it's been cleared, and that will also disable him. So let's see what all is linked to this thing, because I don't want to disable too many guys. So if we open this up, there's a tab that shows us who's all linked to it. Linked from, linked ref. Disable clear controller. All right, this is not showing us who's all linked to it. Oh, here we go. We can do this. Select all linked refs. Okay, well, no, but we can see the arrows on there. It looks like there's maybe 1 or 2 NPCs, and I think that's worth the sacrifice. Disable cleared controller. What is this thing doing? Seems to be doing nothing. I'm going to go back to that script. There was a mention of a certain quest that was associated to this. Okay, here, let's see. On-cell attach. Check if the time we logged to cleared on-cell detach, blah, blah, blah. Game cleared. Check for disable. Get linked ref is enabled. Self.enable. Okay, so it looks like if we just disable this controller here, that will cause when this thing loads, it will disable as well. So Okay, yeah, this one is set up with a location ref type, so they can fetch it when it loads. That's weird that it's color red. Some of the stuff they do in here is very odd. Like some of the stuff is like, I think, if you ever hear about how Bethesda does stuff, they break up into teams, and it's kind of like, like they'll have a group that's like assigned to like, this is your part of the map, or you guys are going to work on this particular location. And it's kind of up to like every individual designer's skills and their knowledge to just do it however they think is best to do it. So there's not like a standardized way they do things. So sometimes you find stuff in here and it's like, this is not the most efficient way to do this. And it's like, okay, that's probably, a designer who didn't have a lot of training in the technicals of the CK, or learned from somebody who did it the old way or whatever. What I'm trying to avoid here is I don't want this thing to re-enable itself. So that's where I'm double checking that all of this is actually going to work. Uncell attached. So, I mean, it really seems like as long as the linked ref is disabled, itself will stay disabled. So we should just be able to grab this guy right here in our quest and just disable it, and then that'll take care of it. So we can just come in here the first time the player loads. If they've got Suburban Disturbance loaded, we'll just have this get disabled, and that should disable Hammer, the real version. So let's try that. So we'll come in here. We'll do an alias. And this will be super easy to handle then, if that's all we have to do. This will be a tough one to test. This one I'll have to make up a way to test this. I might be able to do like a clean save, and then we just force start this quest from the console before we've even met Jake. That might be a way I can do it. All right, so we're going to do vanilla hammer enable parent controller. It's a mouthful, but that's technically what it is. So we're going to go allow disabled, optional, allow reserved. We can't do because this quest starts running. So hopefully it's not reserved, but we'll go to West Everett Estates. It was in which cell? Which one are we in right now? I'm not sure which one we're in here. West Everett Estates, exterior O2. All right, so we'll go to that one. West Everett Estates, exterior O2. Filter to this. There we go. All right, so now we've got a reference to this. So when MQ05 starts up, it's going to grab a reference to this thing. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why we're starting this game enabled, but okay. All right, so then what we're going to do is event on quest init. No, we're not going to do it on init. We want to do it. Let's look at our stages. Intro triggered. So once the player, actually, let me think about this. Does our place start enabled? I'm wondering if we just need to make it. Wonder if we need to just make it so that our guy is always there. Okay, no, it looks like stage intro triggered. We move them into place. So they must live in a second cell for now. So, okay, so we'll do it at this point. So when we get to this point, we're going to do dot getref dot disable. So now we need to set this up as a reference alias so that we can tell. This is what I was talking about earlier about. This is one of the things that got me for a while with coding in Papyrus, is not understanding this part. Like I would do code like this and be like, okay, we've got our alias and it's named the same as that, so we're good to go, right? But then there's this one extra step of you got to set the script property. So we come in here, suburban disturbance. What did we make a mistake of? 173. Forgot to close one of my statements. Oh yeah, this right here. If not, okay, we don't, because we were going to do something different, but I decided this is, now that we figured out how the vanilla game does it, it's a lot easier. We don't have to go through many hoops at all. We can just do this. So I'll go back to the beginning of it. So let's try that again. So then we got some patch notes to write up here too. All right, now we point this alias here. And we don't even actually need this property then, because the way we were going to go through, iterate all the super mutants that were found, and if we found this one, disable it. But now that we found this parent controller, we can just make use of that, and that's going to make our job a lot easier. So we'll go ahead and say yes to that, recompile that script. Nope, don't rename it. I hate that the rename is our next compile. Sounds like the way the Sims devs do things. No wonder the game's broken. Nick, are you using the latest CK? No, I'm using a little bit older version. I actually couldn't tell you what. Oh, I can look at the ESP and tell you what version it is. But I have the version from before they got rid of the Bethesda launcher, and I like hold on to it for dear life, because the Steam version will yell at you if you try and open multiple copies, and the old Bethesda launcher, you could run multiple copies at once. And as you can see, that's a pretty important part of my workflow. So I just hold on to the old build, and I just have it backed up on several hard drives, so I'll never lose it. It is, let's see what version it is. Properties. I also have a hacked version of it. Like, I've made a lot of edits to the exe itself to do stuff that I needed to do. Mostly just to handle some of the oddities of SS2. My file version is 1.10.162.0. If I go on the details of the Creation Kit exe. Okay, so we've got all that wrapped up now. So in theory, if we go do the quest, so we go turn it in, we should see when we pop it back outside that we get super mutant allies. We should also see if we spawn in some chalk, we should be able to get boxes of ASAM sensors. Replacing vanilla hammer will be a little trickier, but I think we should still be able to test that. We might just have to load a new save. So let's get all this stuff packaged up in a way I can grab it. So I'm going to go into a folder over here, package mods directory. All right, you guys don't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm just getting all these scripts moved over to a BA2 file so I can use them, and then I'm going to grab this KingF edits file, and we'll grab that as well. Okay, so we need to go, I keep all my stuff under here. Data, scripts, Sim Settlements v2, update that. And we need our KingF edits file. Drop that over there. Save this. All right, while that's saving, let's bop over to our gaming machine again. Oh, I lost chat again. Hold on. There it is. Okay, so now we got to exit the game here. And we need to grab our files. So shrink U, close out of Xedit, load up our other system here. Oh, it is. Hold on, I need my second monitor. I gotta push the KVM. Okay, so we're gonna grab out of package mods directory, all chapters. We need our main file and our KG edits. Not that one. Where did I put this thing? Nope, not Starfield logs. We don't need those. Oh, I think I must have closed it by mistake. Okay, let's get it out of here. Desktop. Where's our Fallout 4 folder? Data. Here we go. All right, we're going to replace these two files. Give it just a moment. Okay, let's pop back in the game. All right, so the first thing we're going to test is, do we become allies with everybody? Actually, no, we'll do both. We'll do chalk first, because we'll do that inside the cell. Oh, hold on, I got to switch you guys to here to dodge the music. All right, so I got to find my pre-suburban disturbance turn-in class or save here. All right, bring you guys back in. Yeah, 110, 162. I think that's the version I sent you, Phil, because remember you were working on the territory project, and I said you needed to have the same build as me so we wouldn't run into problems for merging. Okay, let's head to West Everett here. Now what I failed to do is add debug logging, which I should have done to make sure that all these events and stuff are firing.
What's that?
Okay, let's run away from these guys. We want them to be our buddies in a minute here. No, leave dog meat alone. Alright, let's add some chalk to our inventory. Help, chalk for misc. Uh-oh, there's two different ones. Well, it's got to be the first one. Player.add item 140D98. We'll add one. We'll add another one. Okay, we got a couple pieces of chalk here.
Huh? Back with no nail? What? Did he make his own tribe? Ha! He think he killed Sickle?
I'm sorry. He's dead.
Dead? Hammer not be happy. Sam's maybe not lucky. Human can take. Hammer! Nail dead! Brother! No! Nail was stupid. Hammer is stupid. Sickle not surprised. What you say? But Nail weak like stupid Hammer. You killed my brother! Over now.
Whoops.
Ha! Sickle best super mutant, smartest super mutant, strongest super mutant. Human can take Hammer's old job. Human make good super mutant. Tiny, but good.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Human have tiny body, but human have human
Okay, we'll skip ahead of this. He gave us the ASAMs. Alright, let's go talk.
Human gives Sickle chalk. Human gives chalk. Sickle gives ASAM blinkies.
Okay, give chalk.
Here you go.
And there we go. We removed 3 chalk, got 3 boxes of ASAM sensors. There we go. Alright, now moment of truth. When we exit here, it should run that quest. Now actually, had I changed the basement location to also be West Everett, then this event wouldn't actually fire. So I'm glad I didn't for multiple reasons. Now, what we may have to do is we may have to remove all those mutants that we found from the super mutant faction. It might be not enough to just add them to the Sickle faction. So, and I also probably need to grab the turrets here. Alright, let's go find one of the super mutants or the hounds. Yeah, the machine guns are definitely going to be enemies. We gotta kill these. Okay, so now he may be in a faction. We gotta check that. So we're gonna grab him in console. I gotta remember the name of the faction. Let's see. Help. Hold on a second. I gotta look up the ID of the faction so I can check it. Come on, computer. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Alright. Sickle. Faction. Alright, so the ID is... Oh, that's unfortunate. It is... It doesn't have a name, so I can't search it from the help menu. Okay, so we need to go show quest variable. I need to figure out what our... the ID for SS2 is. SS2 main. What is our ID number? It is 9, it looks like. Yeah. I know, hold on. Yeah, 9. Okay, so we need to go get in faction 90479 FE. Okay, so it says he's not in the faction. So that our event didn't actually run, so I'm going to need to add some debugging to figure out why it's not running. Okay, so we will do that later, though. I'll do that off camera because it is late. I need to go to bed. But what I showed you guys in theory would work. There's probably, you know, the location, the event might not be firing. It might be because I'm on an existing save, but these are all the things I got to check. I'll add a bunch of debug.messagebox to pop up and show me what is and isn't happening. Yeah, this should be, this was simple enough that I'm confident we can get this into the next patch. So I'll have to write up those patch notes, but thank you guys for joining me. I will be back, in theory, on Sunday night for some more Skyrim. So I hope you guys will join me. All right, I will catch you all later.